that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
I whip that beat down like Michael Obama. I got that energy. Nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I whip that ass like Michael Obama. I'm a girl, 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 I'm a whip the thing out like Michael Obama. I got that big, big energy. Ain't nobody wanna step back me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whip that ass like Michael Obama. Ain't got a clip, bitch. Hung like a llama. I'll whip that dick out like Michael Obama.
Eyes wide shut, a surreal bone, Rothschild mansion, creepy halls behind every door, a cloaked body. Don't you know this is Illuminati? That we put the naughty in Illuminati. We expose the hot bodies of Illuminati. That we put the naughty in Illuminati. Mind control of your soul, of that body. Yeah.
Are you ready to reveal all there is to see? Esoteric secrets revealed in all of their glory. The Illuminati series from Paranoid American. Putting the naughty in Illuminati. More details at paranoidamerican.com.
Spots in the deep they lurk, like twisted water dogs. In shadows they smirk. Down in the rivers, out in the seas. Masters of the deep, dolphin mysteries. Bottlenose freaks, short beaks in the night. Humpback shadows, pygmies out of sight. All the dolphins, you know it's true. Rolling deep in the ocean blue. Stripes and spots, they rule the tide. Water dogs of the deep, they don't hide. In the river's grip, seas endless bounty. Ruling the west off in Illuminati. Praised by Romans, gods to the Greeks. Underwater rulers, the power peaks. In ocean depths, their counts 6. Dolphins in the dark, never calling it quits. Striped and spotted in the sea's domain. Aquatic dogs in their own insane lane. Through rivers they ride, seas they roam. In the ocean depths, they make their home.
Well, I talk about insanity, which is what's going on in your mind, and outside, which is where you communicate with us outside. As you know, if you give too much of your insanity, you'll lock you up. I tried giving as much as I could. They didn't lock me up. They published it for people.
Dolphin, Illuminati. Deep in the deep they creep. It's that dolphin, Illuminati. In the rivers and the seas they be a constant mystery. It's that dolphin, Illuminati. It's that dolphin, Illuminati. Deep in the deep they creep. It's that dolphin, Illuminati. In the rivers and the seas they be a constant mystery. It's that dolphin, Illuminati. It's that dolphin, Illuminati.
Just simple planet and place it. It's so good you can taste it. Down here in the basement, with a super predator playset.
Is the Super Predator playset. Comes with a shape-shifting reptilian politician, light-up severed head, jar of adrenochrome, Book of the Dead and more. The Paranoid American playsets. Collect them all new from paranoidamerican.com.
Hey, everybody who loves and supports the Secret Society of Good Guys. I just wanted to let you know that March 30th, which is next Saturday, I am going to be at the Joke Joint in Summerfield, Florida. I'm going to be doing 2 shows. First show is going to be a little podcast with some of the best of the best, the Nephilim Death Squad, Paranoid American. Cheney might show up. What? It's going to be a banger. And then after that, night of stand-up comedy. 2 shows. We got 5 o'clock and I believe at 8 o'clock. So come out, rock and roll. Go to Sam Tripoli. Grab some tickets now. Come see all your favorite truthers all in one place. Let's go.
Constantly explore the view of possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mega mystics, infiltrating, calling linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secret to society. Advent on philosophies, intentionally, magically good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, weirdos, mischief making, infiltration, change of bacon, good guys. Good guys, good.
Big up yourself and welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. As always, we are your good guys, and I don't like StreamYard. I don't like the abrupt entrance. I can't overlay a whole bunch of stuff while it's playing. And anyways, how are you, good guys? And how are you, Donut in Florida?
Yo,
All right.
what up? Cheney.
What's going on? What's going on?
Big up.
Big up yourself, Donut. I was watching you guys live over at Juan's house. I know it's late for Juan. It's not as late for you.
It's not. I feel bad for Juan.
Still pretty late, yeah. I'm gonna go get a drink of water.
Go get a drink of water. Gordy, Abby,
Gordy
how
and
are you?
Abby, I can see you now.
Hello.
Oh, good.
There he is. You're in the same room. Oh,
Yeah.
bitchin'. You're humans.
Yeah, IRL. We're all going to be together in the same room tomorrow night at the Joke Joint in somewhere north of Orlando, Florida. And you can go to thejokejoint.com and get the dates and times on that, or samtripoli.com if there's still tickets left. Paranoid American is getting his beauty sleep, so he will not be joining us tonight, but he will be there tomorrow signing Chaos Twins comics and probably signing some episodes of The Chosen One, which Juan might be signing too, and he's going to be doing his first night of stand-up comedy.
All right.
Congrats, Juan. I'm a total hater. I wish I was going to be there. So,
dang it.
We tried. Well, we put it out in the
did.
ether.
Well, I got a
Yeah.
present for you, Cheney.
I'm excited.
It's gonna be cool. You're gonna like it.
I am excited. I will have gifts in tow as well. I will have fun.
Where's Layla?
Layla's running a little behind to everyone. All the God Pill Angel fans in the house. Her tire is flat and she is waiting for a sibling on the side of the road to come
Donut would
in.
have fixed it.
Oh, that sucks.
Donut would have fixed it for her.
Yeah, she doesn't have her spare in her car.
I would have called AAA.
I heard you teasing Donut about his face regimen.
It was really bizarre.
was.
I'm like, where are you going? He's like, I got to do my facial routine. I was like, what? He's like, I do it before every stream.
I just threw water on my face.
You didn't really tell the truth. You were scrubbing that thing. I'm sorry. You look so much better
Hey,
than
don't
me,
hate
dude.
on good skincare. You know, there's like having
Hey, come
Huck's
in the
face is
shot.
underrated.
I'm at Juan's studio.
This is a room, bro. That I freaking.
I was going to ask if Gordy had a skincare regimen, but when he starts before the show.
Before I do wash my face quite a bit now.
You have nice
But
skin.
it's all right. It's gotten a lot better. You know what all I do is oils.
I only oil.
But it's like I think getting lots of salt in my system and like cleaning out my diet, like it's just fixed my skin. There's not a whole lot. Like for 53, you know, the
one of the greatest
wrinkles
hacks
are pretty
though
good.
is cold water.
Hubba for 53.
For cold water. Yeah, it's just cold water and wash my face.
For 53, you look amazing, but tell everyone the truth. You're only 42.
No, I'm 53. I have a driver's license. Says so. A birth certificate.
Is it your actual birthday, Donut?
It's always his birthday.
No.
Is it your birthday, donut?
No.
Today? Oh.
It's not.
We just
Are
say
we just
that.
celebrating?
Happy
It's just
unbirthday.
Everyone says
A
it.
very merry unbirthday to you.
Add chaos magic somewhere. Just throw your
Are
birthday
you an
somewhere.
Aries?
I'm a Pisces.
Pisces. So your birthday just passed.
Yeah, I was on February 26th when
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I already
passed away.
wished you a happy birthday.
Yes.
Like just recent.
Florida is so cool though. I'm loving Florida.
Did you fly into Orlando?
Yes. I flew into Orlando. It was really nice.
How long are you going to be in town?
Just today and tomorrow.
Oh, so you're not even going to make it to either coast? You're just going to swamp it? Well, you're not even swamp it. I don't know. Juan's kind of by swamp, right? You're by lake and stuff.
Yeah, there's swamps.
Yeah, I'm in St. Cloud, so.
Oh yeah, you got Weeping Willow and you
Yeah.
got big Lake St. Cloud.
Yeah, Lake Toho is just a big. Yeah, Donut really wants to see an alligator, so I probably might take him to see an alligator somewhere. Literally, bro. We can
I did
pull up
too,
just-
dude.
You could just go right
Go
now
wrestle one.
to the lake with a
Wait, did
flashlight.
our
I want
camera
to see
cut
the
out?
dolphins.
Our camera cut out. Dude. We're having technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
El Gato.
Yeah, so everyone that's going on
We're
tomorrow night.
on the cusp of Mercury retrograde.
When
And it
is
is
Mercury retrograde? Like,
what's
I know
happening?
we're in the shadow period, but when is the
April 1st. April 1st.
Oh, I'll be back before then. That's good.
That's a technical problems.
Yeah.
Here we got it here.
Everything
It's
is
my busy season
going
at work.
ham.
Oh yeah, everything goes wrong.
Abby, what
Everything always goes wrong.
religious holidays are we in? Because I know we had Good Friday, or we're at Good Fridays tonight, right? Today.
Yeah, Good
Yes.
Friday.
Today.
And
Mhm.
Easter's on Sunday.
What's Good Friday represent?
Today's the day that Jesus was crucified. So it's the death of the Son. So this should be celebrated on December 21st because it's the death of the actual Son.
What is
And then
this
it's
say?
resurrected 3 days later. So it's really should be on the solstice, but it is what it is.
So this is a winter solstice holiday
Yes.
that we're celebrating at April 1st.
Yeah,
ish.
but we're celebrating what? Ishtar. This has nothing to do with Christ.
It's all an Ishtar festival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like there's always crazy events during this time too, like tragic events.
Oh.
I can think like up to 420. All the tragic events I think of are around 420.
Right.
What ones are around like the
Well,
first of the year?
well,
Or
like,
April 1st.
well, there was the
First of the
East.
year.
There was the Easter worshippers that Obama and Clinton called them, in Sri Lanka, and there was a tragic event that happened there. And just now, more Easter worshippers in the news. That's what they call them. There was another tragic event yesterday.
Huh. Easter
Yeah.
worshippers. I don't
And then
know.
like this eclipse, you look into how CERN is turning on.
I was just gonna bring that up.
The Large
Yeah.
Hadron Collider is turning on.
Oh my gosh, I have to pull this up on the screen because I'm so out of the loop with is this today that the Easter worshippers? Let me see.
It was yesterday.
So
I think.
yesterday,
Is
don't
it
tell
something
me
in the
I'll
news?
just share
Well, it's
this screen.
Passover on Sunday too, correct?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, because Passover is always like coincides with Easter. Like we do Easter on the Passover.
I see.
So it says a bus carrying Easter worshippers plunges off bridge, killing 45 people in South Africa.
Oh, maybe it's because we all need to mark our doorways with blood.
Maybe. Maybe.
Is marking your door, you do it with a lamb?
I think so. I think it's lamb's blood, and you put a like X on your door.
An X over your doorway or on your door?
I don't know if it's over or on, but yeah.
Well,
No.
we do something similar on Passover with the wine. We dip the wine, and the wine resembles blood.
What do you do on Passover? You drip the wine and do what?
Yeah, you have a Passover dinner, and part of the ritual is that you have wine, and then you dip it for each plague, I believe.
Huh. That's so I'm curious.
Someone had said in the chat that it's April 23rd, but I thought that they always do Easter
That's Juan's
Sunday
birthday.
on the Passover. It's supposed to be on Passover.
It's my birthday on that day.
April
Thank
23rd,
you
huh?
for reminding me about the chat.
Yours
Chat.
is a
Thank you
one.
too.
I was not paying attention and I totally spaced on the chat. So you guys are here. I see you and I'm paying attention now. So I
Oh,
apologize.
I need to pay attention to the chat. I
You-
never do. I'm so sorry.
like
I neglect you guys. And you guys are the
I got
best,
it.
and we love you and thank you. But Juan, your birthday is the 23rd?
Yeah, April 23rd, 423.
Mine's 24th.
Oh, nice.
What are you guys both Aries?
No, Taurus, baby.
Taurus, yeah.
Oh,
Taurus.
wait.
Taurus spilled.
20. Oh, because it Aries first, then Taurus.
So what's going on with P. Diddy?
Yeah.
You called this. You remember you calling him when you came on my show? You said diddler, and then
Oh, yeah.
Layla
She's
said
been calling this for years.
You've been
Yeah.
calling it for
Yeah.
years. I was wrong. I was like, nothing gonna happen. Diddy.
The Church of Hollywood is my shit. Like I have been calling them out on all their symbology forever. If anyone needs to go back and listen to everything that Dick Gregory said about hip hop, listen to everything Dick Gregory said about the Hollywood. It's almost like Larry Gator stole Dick Gregory's rhetoric and then tried to wrap it with his salesmanship. But really, Dick Gregory's the motherfucker. He used to be a stand-up comic and kind of busted bad and then started talking all this shit. And he's pretty much been saying, as long as anyone will listen, that Puff Daddy is hip-hop's Jeffrey Epstein. He is pervert and a honeypot and just set up there to kind of lead people. Even I used the logo of Bad Boy Records, which is a child, the same as it's like in your face exactly what's going on. So P. Diddy, all the way to Mace, turning into a preacher, and that's all shaming ritual. And I do think when it all comes out with P. Diddy, it's almost wasted ammunition and kind of funny to me if you were the elite and spending so much time trying to bury the Epstein lead, and then all of a sudden you were not paying attention at all to P. Diddy. And so he has all the same connections to the Clinton Foundation, to Haiti. You look at all through hip hop, every single artist that's ever said anything about him or separates themselves from him. He is one of the Howard Stern regulars back when, like, he was all connected with that in New York City. The trials, anytime, like J-Lo, every single thing about J-Lo's entire existence has been a ploy from right when Selena dies, and she's just a dancer, and then Selena dies, and all of a sudden she takes that part, she kind of owns the energy of Selena and becomes Mexican overnight, which she's not Mexican, she's Puerto Rican. And then she tries to own Jenny from the Block, and all the New Yorkers are like, she is not Jenny from the Block. And so then she starts dating Puff Daddy because she needs the street credit, but then all of a sudden some weird murder happens and she needs the white bread upper look, so she goes and starts dating Ben Affleck, CIA, all day. And so then she's with him for a while, goes to Mark Anthony because she needs, she has her kids, goes through that rung. She's like passed around almost like that Pete Davidson. And then now back with Ben Affleck, Batman. So I just think any of the stories that are coming out about her right now, any of the stories that are coming out, you're seeing all the names of a list of Snoop Dogg, everybody's standing by 50 Cent while he's putting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They're all going to try to clean up their image. You're going to see people start to get married. You're going to see people that were always playboys and whatever being like, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend overnight, because all of them know they're recorded. They all know the blackmail that's out there. So they're all like nervous right now. Like, oh shit, I had sex at Diddy's once.
Have you seen 50 Cent calling out his baby mama? He's like,
yeah.
He's totally calling her out. I was like, you're a sex worker. Okay, sex worker, sex worker.
It's and like the obvious thing, no one's saying 50 Cent, if you're going to say we're watching a movie and there's, good guys in a movie and bad guys in the movie, and the bad guys leave all these clues and we're picking them apart every day. The good guys leave the clues too. And what's on the 50 Cent piece?
JFK.
Exactly.
What? What about JFK?
He's on the 50 Cent piece.
Oh, that's right.
That's why I thought 50 Cent was going to go through a ritual, is because 50 Cent and JFK.
I think whoever was threatening 50, he's free to sing.
Yeah, so Cheney's TikTok went viral though about his about P. Diddy's tattoo. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Did it good? Finally.
P. Diddy on his back, he has the Black Madonna. But if you look into her, she's also a Haitian goddess, like all the depictions, because in like the late 1700s, they go over, so they attach the Dantor, and her name's like Izulu Dantor, and so there's two different Dantors, and one of them is the protector of women and children. She's the angry mother. She's also like a Madonna or like Isis, where she has a virginal birth, and she represents a high Haitian goddess. And people are saying that he has this on his back. And back in like 2022, when he first got this tattoo, Haitians were not, they were like, hell no, Diddy should not get this tattoo on him. They were already saying his days were numbered the second he got this tattoo. Like, she is such a protector and such an angry mother. If he does anything disparaging and he has this tattoo on his back, it's like he's like triple burned himself. And so he has Iluzu Dantor on his back, and the angry mother.
Oh wow. Wow, and that went viral. That's wild.
Yeah, a lot of African American people are mad at me until they watch the video, because they think I'm trying to, they're like, what are you saying about this? This is the Black Madonna. And I'm like, watch the video. Watch the video. Like, this is the original. Like, Jesus wasn't white. There's people arguing in my chat about what color Jesus was, and I'm like, this is nothing to do with you guys.
What?
Well, Putin came out and
missing the point.
that Putin said,
yeah,
Jesus.
What
About
was
eating
that?
flesh and stuff. Western elite eating flesh.
Wow, that's wild. I don't watch the news, so I don't get paid. But I feel like people have been saying this stuff about these people for years now, and it's now coming to light. Why now? Like out of all the times, like everyone knew Diddy was gay. Like like all the sus like comments that he would make, like I adopted Usher when he was just a young boy. Like what? Who's doing weirdo stuff like that? Adopting just rando kids, like what in the world? Like what are
What
you doing?
I
parents are
have
letting
custody of
happen?
Justin Bieber for 48 hours. We're gonna go buck
Are they
wild. Yeah.
parents though? That's and that brings in the whole homunculus thing. Like, are they parents? Are they surrogates or are they parents? Because who in their right of mind would do
They're
that?
not in their right mind.
Like their whole Michael Jackson thing. Like, oh yeah, we just let him sleep with a grown man in their same room. Like,
Michael Jackson was framed.
He was
you think
framed.
so?
100%.
Absolutely.
Remember I was saying that on the show?
We're pro Michael
I
Jackson
shared
on this
something
podcast?
on my Instagram story about it, and it's pretty good about Michael
I'll
Jackson being
debate
framed.
anyone on Michael Jackson. That was the first conspiracy he'll have,
I'll
like,
sit with you, Juan,
He
as
is
being
okay. The guy,
agnostic. I don't know.
one of
I don't
his
know.
security people, one of his
but
security
think it's
Gordy
people,
fair.
believes in NASA, so
He's
one
Oh
of my
wow! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Michael's like head
go
of
after.
security ended up being Diddy's head of security. Like he was the last guy to work with Michael. He was the only guy there the night that he committed, he
yeah,
overdosed.
that's all
So
true.
so
Mhm.
yeah, and he ended up working with P. Diddy. And so yeah, there's so many sus things about it.
What's that one
Michael
song? Waking up feeling like P Diddy. Like that didn't age too well. Nobody wants to be P Diddy nowadays.
Good luck.
And really, we just gotta be
So-
happy that people are seeing this. Like we gotta be happy that it's brought into the mainstream eye, because like I think a lot of conspiracy people are like, oh, I've been saying this for years and I'm pissed. And it's like, really, you should be happy that people are waking up to it, period.
Yeah.
But
100. I think that's a lot of it, is that people started to wear their black sheep badge of being a conspiracy theorist and being the only person that knew this information at a dinner party, and they are kind of upset that their badge is getting worn by like Joe Schmo on the street, and now CNN and Fox News are all of a sudden having to talk about P. Diddy. And it's like, isn't that the point? Like eventually there became so many ants with social media accounts that if the news isn't getting their total like script of what they're supposed to say, then their only script is to go by what we say. And that's what it seems like they're going by right now. That they can only pull up, here's what's going on Twitter today, so and so's Facebook account. Like they have no real news except for what we're posting. So it's like somewhere along the line, the ants have
Operation
become,
Mockingbird has gotten fucked up.
yeah.
Oh, what?
People are
Nobody
aware of it.
trusts. People don't trust the system. Oh my god! How dare you?
Well, even look at how quickly they tried to, I think because of the amount of people paying attention now, that was never supposed to happen. So this boat, and people
Right.
sped it up and slowed it down and whatever with the bridge collapse. And they're like, this isn't fake. So then the mayor comes on, who looks just like Top Lobster, by the way, if you guys from the Nephilim Death Squad.
Mr. Crustacean, as I like
It
to
is
call him.
wild. It's like so funny how much he looks like the mayor of friggin' the whatever town, Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Baltimore, Baal Timor. So he comes on and he's like, I would prefer this video to not be shown anymore.
You haven't seen him, bro? He looks like a freaking kid.
And it's the driver of the boat's Ukrainian, which is interesting. So the driver of the boat's Ukrainian, and all of the other people on the boat are none of them are natives to America. They're all like South American nationals. So it's even more so like, a whole bunch of people that literally could have come across the border yesterday all were working on this ship, and one of them was Ukrainian, the driver, and he steered the boat directly into the pylon. And so yeah. Oh, this is the other thing you guys were talking about, it being called Dolly.
Yeah.
Dali is, yeah, the painting, the obvious painting of Salvador Dali and all their thing. But I think the word Dolly is also like Dolly Parton, which is Dolly
Mhm.
the sheep, which is like the clone.
The clone,
Uh,
yeah.
I think it's interesting that Hillary Clinton dressed up today on her Instagram feed. Like she showed a throwback to her and Bill dressed as Dolly Parton, like she was dressed as Dolly Parton. And
And that realism documentary just came out too on Netflix, which that had to do with the whole cloning the first what was it, the first child, something like that, like the Eve.
Eve,
So,
yeah.
which is again linked to that Dolly, the first sheep that was cloned. So, again, we're just pointing out coincidences at this point. I mean, what can you call it? But they're dressed up as what? Had a Dolly Parton theme. Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah, I'll
that's interesting.
totally pull it up on IG. And we were me and my Maria were talking today about how it's so interesting how all of these people are kind of playing into this cowboy LARP. Like you have the Cowboy Carter album with Beyonce on the front, and on the front of it, she's sitting on a pale horse, upon a pale horse, and she also has an American flag. And if you look at the American flag on the depiction, the top stars are cut off of this flag. So the United States are gone. And so this cowboy lean that started, I would say, back to when Billy Ray Cyrus and that Fagalish did that song together. And it started to be this like, we're going to lean into this cowboy LARP at the same time that Joe Rogan and Elon Musk moved the CIA headquarters to Austin, Texas. And so we have this secession buildup that's happening. So when Hillary wears this, like, I'm good old Arkansas, just look at me. Remember, I'm not New York Hillary, I'm Arkansas Hillary sometimes. And it's like this sets up the secession narrative. So we have city folk and country folk are going to wear cowboy hats, and you all have to remember that Beyonce is from Texas. And
Yeah, and also like the
Mm.
Clintons, they were going to Zorro Ranch, I believe, where they were doing a lot of cloning there. And they also funded Rockefeller, and the Clintons were connected with the whole alien agenda too. Speaking of aliens, because that's
You
an
guys,
alien cult.
you guys see that article I posted? I can't remember what chat it was. It was probably in one of Thomas's groups where we were talking about the infiltration of music and how the CIA had infiltrated the pop country bullshit was the easiest thing for them to manipulate. Like, and it was, they didn't even have to talk about it. He just said it was, yeah, it was just a piece of cake. That's all. Like, pop country is just all, we manipulated it. We started that.
Yeah, I heard something about that. That it's like MK Ultra music or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They admitted to it on, oh, shit. I can't, somebody can Google it. I'm on my phone. I had it on another machine, but I think it was on, it was one metal
Hey,
site.
Jamie, pull that up, please.
I just want
It's
to
funny
say
That's what we
before
because
need.
sleeping in NASA, he also just told everyone to Google it. I'm just
Google it like an old man. That's how I've become,
thinks
man.
Michael Jackson
Dude,
is
I hate
Look at
these
all these beautiful
machines.
pictures of this galaxy.
Well,
Yeah,
speaking
somebody
of
Hate
was
Michael
these.
Jackson, he actually my algorithm on Instagram just shows me freaking Michael Jackson reels, and he was saying that the other day. He was talking about how music basically are spells. Like he talks
Yep.
about how when he writes the lyric, he wants it to be chanted and like reflected back to him, and then people will say it, gets stuck in their head, and then
Yep.
they cause the spell to happen. So it's like weird that Michael Jackson was even saying that, but funny because Vadim Zealand
they don't even
mentioned
care about us.
that the song by the Scorpions, that um that song, it's
the what? Can you do that again?
I can't sing anymore because my voice is like deeper than before, but Winds of Change. But he
Oh,
basically said that that song was written by the CIA to, and immediately the second that it started playing in Russia, he said you could see the change in even the military. You could see it in everyone. And he said that immediately, like right afterwards, is when the Iron Curtain fell. And so that song was like definitely a CIA plant. So it's not just country music; it's all music.
All music is a spell.
What was
That
that
is
song called?
absolutely
true.
Winds of Change by the Scorpions.
In the winds of change, God and I, in the middle. You can't understand what he's saying.
I was hoping
In the
you'd sing it.
lonely night, in the wind. I saw Michael Shankar at the Rock in the 90s. That guy was a prick. Sorry, Michael Shankar. You put on a nice show. He's a great player, but God, he's a prick.
Well, let me cross that guest off the list.
Jonah's gonna go grab popcorn. He's a snacker.
He's a
Don't close the door.
snacker and a face washer.
You're not gonna be able to come in. He didn't believe me. I have a fingerprint door handle. And I'm like, bro, this is top secret. This is where I keep the homunculi. And then I put I get always like, bro, is that really you have to use your finger? I'm like, yes, really, you have to use my finger, bro. Like,
Period.
I got kids. So you gotta keep them out.
Kids. Oh my God.
My green screen is like
Monkeys,
making the things show up
get
on
out of
TV.
here. We're bullshitting
Oh
in
shit!
here.
Thank you for reminding me. Hold on.
What did you say, Abby? You have green on your teeth?
No, I said my green screen is like picking up my background on my teeth.
I heard you.
Oh.
I don't think my teeth are green, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
is
What do you
what
guys
it
think about
is.
all the falsy flags?
Oh my goodness. I can't even. I have very little bandwidth, I think, to even
Did
think
even
about it.
I'm so
second you
entertained.
saw it, were you at all, did one thing enter your brain where you were like, oh no, innocent people? Or were you just like totally fake? I'm not even, everybody's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, it's nothing. Not real. It's staged. Everything's an illusion.
Bro, it's gonna be
Ooh, I
so
like I like the Nicolas Cage.
Good one.
Speaking of illusions, Master of Illusions, didn't he do that?
Did he?
See?
Probably.
He was a magician in one of those movies. He was a dueling magician.
I feel like
Ridiculous
that Nicolas
Cage.
background is going to turn Summer into her light body.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Summer will turn into the show and she will be like, whew, Hulu, 2 years ago today, Nicolas Cage on Wish.
Donut's trying to eat chips right now. On here.
We just did like a 2-hour stream and I'm like really hungry.
You're allowed to eat here. I have Mandy orange.
I'm gonna mute the mic because
We
this dude's
eat.
making a ruckus right now. Just open the bag, bro. Just go.
We eat here.
Yeah,
Man,
I
make
have to
yourself
eat every
comfortable.
live stream because I have to get in my last meal.
It's
It
so
is.
loud, dude.
It's the way you go long. It's the way it's how you go long. You got to keep calories in.
Yeah.
We need a Secret Society of Good Guy energy drink.
Yeah.
Oh,
and put real good
without
stuff
junk
in it,
stuff in.
vitamin B, because I
That's a
love
good
vitamin
idea.
B. And it could taste like mandarin orange.
Yeah.
I down.
I got
I'll eat
mandarin
orange.
oranges.
I ate a lot of oranges.
You've gotten oranges since you've been here?
I bought a bag of mandarin oranges and popcorn.
Oh, good. You have to at least somewhere tomorrow go get some fruit.
Yes.
Are you going to the pre-party, Cheney, before?
Yes, I will be there early. I'm going to help Thomas set up his table and all that jazz. All that jazz. So I'm going to help him set up, and then I'm going to kind of let him explain all the pricing and everything to the wifey. And so she can man the table just in case Thomas has to go work out streaming or audio
Oh,
things.
goody.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It'll be super fun. IRL. And then you'll get to see Thomas has no legs.
No leg?
He just has big, huge he's like cyborg.
he's like a mechanical spider from the waist down.
Yeah.
He's just hey guys.
Thomas is cool as fuck.
I bet I've seen other pictures. I don't think he looks like he looks on camera when we see him. Is
He
that
looks
right?
just
No,
like
not at all.
I think he
I
looks
think-
just like himself.
I don't think so. I think like he does, but he doesn't. Like when you actually see him in person, it's just like, oh shit. Like everybody else looked just like what they look like. Thomas surprised me.
I thought Thomas looked just like how I always expected that he was gonna look. Everybody did. Nobody was a surprise. There were no surprises
We're all
IRL.
beautiful.
When you guys met in real life, were you like, huh, this guy's short or this guy's tall? Oh, your mic's not on. It's muted because
Juan
you're
is really tall.
Juan's tall?
Yeah. Like I'm pretty tall.
I'm not
He's
that tall.
just as tall as me.
Don't know how
He's
tall
just
are you.
saying that.
See, because I feel
6'3".
like Longo's tall.
6'3". Oh, you're tall.
When I stand up straight.
Oh, okay.
So he's taller than you?
That's a slouch.
No, he can't be because
Yeah.
unless Dr. Longo's like 6'7".
I'm
Oh,
5'11"
you
and a
guys
half.
are giants, man.
I know they're all
Really?
Nephilim. It's
They're
the
all
salt water
Nephilim
of
dudes.
Florida.
Ah.
Nephilim.
Is that what I need to do to
Never.
get my height up? Just get my
you get
get
that-
my feet in
that-
some salt water.
That height extension surgery, you get it, and you'll gain like 5 inches, I think.
You need to get your femurs broken and stretched.
Yeah. No
Try
thanks.
human growth hormone.
I
Or
don't think
that.
does it make you taller, human growth hormone?
If you take it before
Oh.
a certain age, but no, it will make your hands and feet grow.
Ew.
Yeah.
It'll make
So
you like
Andre the Giant, Andre the Giant's like had it's like
I know
Necro
guys.
something.
Yeah, I know guys that have the thing that I had, the pituitary adenoma thing, and they had acromegaly because of this tumor, and they had huge hands and feet because of that. But it's a side effect of some fucked up chemicals in your system.
And if you don't get tall, you just look like one of those
Then you look like
dudes
a
on Game of like a dwarf. Like you have those feet,
right, exactly. Yeah.
hands, just big feet and hands, and
Yeah,
that's it.
it's like weird
And then
proportions
you're like,
and
you know what they say about a guy with big
big
feet,
jaw.
but you're like 3'2", but you got a huge dick.
Oh shit.
Like you're really
Period.
short, but
You got that Drake cock.
Don't
It's
matter.
fucking, it's like an elephant trunk.
Tripod.
yeah, you don't want to get a boner at the wrong time on the
Yeah.
beach. People
Yeah.
are like, "What species is this?"
Is there a way to turn up the volume a little more?
Oh, now you want it up, bro? Do you
Yeah.
maybe turn it down?
The way we're filming is like how you guys were filming when you were at the meetup, the Secret Society of Good Guys meetup.
In Orlando.
Oh, it's like all in the same room but different cameras.
Yeah.
I know. I know we can only see one of you. Are you trying to only be on one camera right now?
I have no idea what Juan's doing.
I'm
He's
trying
like-
to flip this boom because it's
he's-
really
he's,
annoying.
like
Okay.
moving stuff, and
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm hungry, and I'm
Donut's hungry.
In real life is so funny, and it's like you do this all the time. You get very comfortable with the people you do it across from like this, but all of a sudden, when we're about to go live, I got like a whew, like all of us like a nerves, like I was about to go on real stage.
I'm about to go on real stage tomorrow. I kind of
Oh,
regret
yeah.
asking.
Good for you, dude.
No, I was kind of hoping you would say no.
Well, I'll tell you for real.
Get out of your
seen-
comfort zone.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you for real. I've seen
I'm ready to do it.
Sam do comedy a few times, and I've seen him work out his own set, and I've seen him like have his set like on so tight. And then I've seen some opening acts for him, and I've seen some opening acts that are fire, and I've seen ones that are like, did this guy just get out of his chair and think he was funny? Like the worst. So I just feel like you can't be the worst no matter what. You're not going to be the worst, just of the people I've seen. So you're not going to be the worst
Yeah.
Sam's. And I've seen him have guys open for him that are legit professional dudes that make a living just doing comedy. So if you even come close to them, they make a living doing comedy. So you're not going to be the worst. But I just have enough prepared and then talk slower than you think.
Oh, we got plenty prepared. I just want to keep it nice and tight. That way I eliminate the shorter it is, the more I can eliminate the chances of something going astray.
And you're gonna have a conspiracy audience, so you can tell conspiracy jokes there. I actually feel like the times that I've seen Sam, he has conspiracy audience in the crowd, but he's still working out other material. And I feel like conspiracy joke, like everybody's waiting for conspiracy jokes. So it's almost like if you have anything that leans into that, people, even if they're like, yeah, some of you won't get this, but you'll get it later type shit. Like, they even like stories like that. They're a little deeper of an audience.
Well, I'm
But
gonna again. I agreed to a 3 to 5 minute set, so we'll see
you'll
what
be
happens.
fine.
Yeah, it'll be quick. It'll just be cross it off the bucket list, and then I can add it to the resume that I opened up for Tripoli once upon a time. So
Did you do you have any tattoos?
no.
A weird thing about stand up is it's addicting. It's like an addicting weird thing, but at least you're in a good
Hope
town
you
to
get
like do
laughs.
it. No, even if you bomb.
There's no
It's
failure. There's only feedback. You got to keep that attitude.
Yeah, there isn't
Stage
really,
is
even if
addicting.
you bomb, it's like, yeah, it's an addicting quality because it's instant feedback in a
Mhm.
different way than even a chat room is. It's like it's different than radio. Radio actually polluted, so I stopped doing stand up because it made me feel like my audience, like I was regurgitating material to them. Because sometimes in conversations where a funny idea happens in your head, and then you try it again in convo, and you're like, "There's legs on that," and then you try it with your comedy friends. Then you try it at an open mic, and then you see it's like you work it out a little bit before it makes it to the final thing. But when you're saying it on radio in this set, when it first comes up, and you're gonna try to say it again, that it's kind of funny. By the time you're working it out in your audience, you feel like I'm regurgitating material too much, but they never heard it. Your live audience hasn't. So it's like radio almost killed the comedy star in a way.
Yeah.
It's like even Joe Rogan's comedy is not fun. No one in the Joe Rogan sphere, except now that he's opened up to like, what's that homie's name that I just think he's so cute? Shane Gillis. Like the Shane Gillis squad, they're funny, but the Tom and Bert squad isn't necessarily funny. But Joe's
Yeah.
not really that funny.
I like Kill Tony. I think Kill Tony's funny. Some people don't agree with that.
I saw Tony Hinchcliffe open for Rogan, and he was funny. He was funnier than Rogan, where it was
Yeah.
Tony was so funny that by the time Rogan came out, it was like, huh, this guy's not as funny as Tony
Ouch.
Hinchcliffe. Yeah, and it was when
So
before Tony had Kill Tony.
I always love that when you go to a show that like I always think about when Metallica opened up for Ozzy and blew Ozzy off the map, like kind of embarrassed the band or something like that, and they kicked him off the tour. You ever heard of that story?
No.
mm-mm.
Like those were the ones you always wanted to be at, right? Because that's where like the magic happened. It like became legendary. I always thought about that when you're on stage and you get that feedback, that instant feedback with the audience, that becomes a different thing. Like it becomes its own kind of interaction. And that interaction, you with the audience, like even what we're doing here, people who hear this are connecting with whatever we're saying and they're interpreting it their own way. And that becomes another thing. So talk about homunculi, Juan. Like it becomes its own author almost. Like when you read a book, you know?
Yeah. I can't make any promises that I won't shit my pants, but
You'll be good, man. It's
yeah,
Well,
it's a
talking to
mystic
be a member
experience.
of the Golden Shit Club. It's okay.
I was talking to
Just
Thomas, and I was
let
like,
it
"Bro, what if I just take a shot before going up, and then
be
I just
fun.
fucking projectile vomit, and then I just projectile vomit, and that's my set." I go, "All right, guys, that's it." Because
Are you do you ever drink?
Like Lord ass.
yeah, yeah,
If
but
you
I'm
drink
nervous.
occasionally, I will tell you, before you go on stage, if you're not a
Yeah.
big, if you drink
It
occasionally, whatever, I would sometimes before I went on stage, like I did like an intentional thing where I did either a shot of whiskey or a shot of tequila, like a shot. And I did the shot and I was like, okay, I'm gonna relax myself. This is just for my nerves. But it totally helped. And I haven't drank in years, but when I did stand up, I would do a shot before every time I went
Yeah,
on stage.
I get looser definitely when if I was to take a shot, but it was like knowing my luck, it wouldn't go. It's only 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. I gotta cut
oh
some
it's
stuff, but it's gonna. I don't know. Donut heard it. He thought it was pretty funny, and
Okay,
other
good.
people.
No, it's wonderful. It's hilarious. Like he's gonna definitely he's gonna be addicted. It's hilarious what he.
killer, man.
Donut has to say that.
No, I'm serious. Like okay, so Juan picks me up and my camera's not on, but it overheated.
It's overheating. Yeah.
It's overheating because I'm so hot.
It's not used to
What's up?
Florida humidity.
Yeah. But no, Juan picks me up. Tall Juan. I mean, tall, dark, and handsome.
Tall.
And I get into his car, his truck, big truck. Oh, there I am. And then he's like, okay, Donut, here's my comedy pitch. Right? So he had me cracking up right when he picked me up. It's really good.
It's not that good, bro. But I need you. But
It's really good.
I need you to be the loudest laugher, even if it's not funny.
I will.
I need you to laugh. That way you can like infect other people with.
Yeah,
laugh.
sweeten the pot, man. You need to
I won't be
sweeten
by this stage.
No,
That is-
dude, dolphin noises.
I've been
But,
told that I
I
am
will.
do a
like,
tag, man.
I
Do
will.
a tag so they know
I'm
when
go
you're
out. I'm the woo woo.
whoop.
you're gonna go on the
Woo.
before the 8 o'clock show though, right?
I don't know how. What do you mean?
Because Sam's doing the comedy at 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's you're gonna be on that, Janie?
I won't. Oh no, I thought you were asking Juan if he's going to be on the 8 o'clock show.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm doing whichever because the comedy show is at 8, so it'd
Yeah.
be
Oh,
the one at 8.
I can't
Yeah.
wait to hang out with Janie.
I'll be there early.
Don't lie. You told me you didn't want to see her.
He's lying.
Don't lie,
I did
Jonah.
not say that.
I'll be there early, and I'm making the wife bring her booty to the party.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I tried to get mine to come, but she just guess wasn't having it. So whatever. She's like, I didn't know you even had an idea of doing stand up. I'm like, I'm a funny guy. What can I say? You know, like
Good for you, dude.
I want to try new things. And again, it could just be a one-time thing. It's the perfect crowd to experiment on. It is going to be mostly content creators anyways. There's like a bunch of Florida people are going to come up. So, and it'll be in front of friends. So I think it's the perfect time. And I asked and I was kind of hoping I get a no, but I didn't. Cause then I wouldn't have done it if he would have said no, but we're here and we're gonna write it out. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, why not? It's brave. It's ballsy. It's
for
like
you.
in the top 3 things that people are like scared of the most on the planet. Public
That's what I
speaking is
said.
one of those things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I really believe it is because we all have 100 monkeys in us of 1,000 years of any time you'd stand in front of people in that nature, you'd be begging for your life. And now it's like totally different.
That's
It's like
why.
the rarity
It's
of
like-
being famous and
Hmm?
singing for
It's like
people or
genetics.
pleasing the
Mm.
queen would be such a rarity that you'd get to be the jester or the piano player. Most likely you'd just be begging for your life. Like whether think of how many wars or how many witches or how many soldiers or whoever, how many people have had to stand there at the guillotine or the, you know.
Also, it's like you're right there. If somebody gonna come in and attack the place, you're like right there. Like,
What would you say?
it's true.
One of the great things about it though is a lot of the people will be hanging
That's why people
out
are scared to
longer.
be out front.
And have a couple of things in your back pocket for heckling. Just one or two things in your back pocket for people that are going to say shit because of the 2 drink thing and it being on the ticket included. People are going to drink more by that time because they're going to be there all day.
So it'll be looser.
Might be
Yeah,
fun.
they'll be looser,
Layla.
but they'll be more likely to heckle. But if you, in that moment when someone tries to lose you with the heckle, if you have 1 or 2 in the bag, so you can just slay them quick and then get your wits about you to go off cuff, you'll keep the control of your audience.
What's going on, everybody?
And one last piece of advice.
Yo.
Self-deprecate yourself somewhere at the beginning, and then you can talk shit about whoever you want to.
No, I was gonna stay away from that because I'm not good at. It's a. I was gonna try and roast Tripley, but that's a battle I can't win.
no, yeah.
He opens
Baby
up
steps,
for it.
dude. That'd be fun.
I know
though.
he's open to it.
He opens up for it, and he'll actually he will in a way
He might
you
love
could
that.
even set him up for something he might play
Yeah.
off of in his set. He's really good at riffing, and he also is gonna go easier on you because he realizes his comedy muscles are bigger in that moment. He's gonna want you to look good for you. Like he's sweet in that way. He's gonna give you that. He's not gonna go on stage after you and make you look bad in any way.
Who is that, Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like he's been doing it for so many decades. He's just he's gracious, and he's also he's done a bunch of open mic nights back when LA was a comedy scene. So he was the host, and so a lot of the times when you're the host, you're bringing up people that have been doing it once, twice, but sometimes you're bringing up people that have been doing it like 30 times. So he knows how to do that, and he won't want you to look bad, especially in front of your peeps. But I do think it's kind of funny because Lobster and Raven, you'll have to have one in the pocket just for them. They might they might be the one that yell out at you.
Yeah, no, I don't think they will, but Raven pussied out because he was supposed to do a set too, and he's like, nah, bro, I ain't preparing anything. I'm like, bro, you're gonna let me go up there by myself?
Why are you
And-
hiding, Juan? Why are you
'Cause-
hiding?
Because it's easier to talk
I know,
into
it's
this.
so weird.
It's easier
Why are
to
you
talk into
hiding? Oh, really? All right. All right.
he's
No,
I see
because
bro.
you realize we have some questions for you, Juan.
No. What questions? What questions you got?
Oh, shit.
Well,
I'm an
since
open
this
book.
is your first official episode of Secret Society of Good Guys,
No, it's not.
No, it's
No,
not.
he was on.
no, because his first episode was New Year's, wasn't it? So it
I don't
doesn't
know
really
what
count.
day. I don't know.
Did
what
you
time.
get asked the
I thought
question?
you only did New Year's with us.
Am I gay? No, I'm not gay.
No.
No, would you fuck your clone though?
Would I fuck my clone? Is it gay
If
to
we've
suck
never
your own
asked
dick?
you that question, then you haven't been on an official episode yet. So
I think you asked me. Yeah, you did ask me.
we
I
did.
remember.
Okay. All right. Damn it.
Yeah. It's okay.
What'd you
Okay.
I
Have you
wouldn't
ever
fuck my clone,
farted
which
in
is gay.
flame or seen anyone
Guys.
fart in flame?
What?
Have you ever seen anyone fart into flame?
No, I've never seen that. I think I might have tried it before though, and it didn't work. Is that where you fart on top of like a lighter and make it go?
Yeah. Yeah. And it
Isn't that really
blows
bad? 'Cause it
blue.
can go up your intestines.
Yeah, you got to do it with pants, dude. Do it with jeans. Make sure it's jeans.
You know,
you
from
don't wanna pull
experience,
down
you
your
burn your
pants with
asshole
the
hairs.
Yeah, you burn your asshole.
Yeah, but who would do it naked though?
Yeah,
Mm.
Charred
you're
asshole.
just not that stupid. You just don't do it naked. But
Like
I mean,
fire
you're drunk at a campfire.
guys will pull
with
down their
guys
pants.
camping. You know,
Camping,
something
pull down their
happens.
fart into a fireplace or into a fire pit. They'll be like,
Look
ha
at this
ha ha.
comment. Have you ever
because their
farted?
butt's out, it's just and then it'll burn their asshole.
Have you ever
You
farted
hear
on
the
a lighter and
legends.
actually shit all over your hand?
On a 50-50.
Do you know someone who did? Do you know someone who did?
No,
That's how
I'm
that
sure it's happened.
comedy ends.
I mean, my kids have shit on my hands, but not a stranger. You know, a baby has shit on my hand before, yeah, but not a
Yeah,
stranger.
that's normal. Yeah.
Can I tell you a story? It is an alleged story. It's just a quick story, allegedly. If there was a lesbian that worked at a dispensary and one of the customers came in and dropped a bag of crack rock on the floor. And like a big bag.
Would you pick it up?
Or would
Isn't
maybe
crack
you
cocaine?
yeah, a big bag.
It's free-base cocaine.
And you would allegedly
It's mixed with baking
maybe
soda.
have your manager put on gloves and go pick it up and then hand it to the person and tell them to not come back.
Nah, if it's like legit, like good stuff, I'd probably just keep it.
Yeah, but you don't snort crack. You have to smoke it, and there's like specific methods for that.
Is it different? Is crack and coke different?
Yeah, crack is different. It's free-base cocaine. So they
Oh,
take it and they mix it with
yeah, I
baking
don't
soda
know
and
about
water and heat it, and you have to smoke it either on ash or on copper. Like it's
better. It's
you
better
mix it
than
with
a
a copper penny.
colonoscopy bag on the floor.
Don't ask how I know this shit.
I will
We know.
say that I allegedly
I don't know how to rock it up.
I wanted I just was like a gate. My mouth was like like
Crack
I
rock.
just
Shit.
allegedly. But the funniest
Wow.
part to me was allegedly it got put on the desk for a minute in front of this other dude I work with, and he was just chilling at the computer because we all play secretary occasionally. Allegedly, he was just chilling at the computer, and then he saw what it was on camera. Like you can see because we have so many cameras in our place, you can see him on camera go like back up, and he is like allegedly the one black guy we work with that was like, get the goddamn crack rock off the desk while I'm working here. Allegedly. He's like, allegedly, you guys are the silliest freaking crazy bunch of stoners. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, like we didn't know what to do with it. We were all like
Ugh.
no, yeah, we treated it like a roach, like somebody get the broom. We just wanted it out of our allegedly.
Allegedly.
So silly. Sorry for that whole interjection of a story. But I'm like, what a crazy day it's been.
God, I just finally noticed the logo. Oh my God, that's awesome.
Y'all.
That is so cool.
Okay, Layla, welcome to the Secret Society of Good Guys. Hold on.
Hi.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can you be
Can you?
Can
Like,
you?
bitch.
Good guys,
Like-
good guys.
Dude,
The bridge
I don't know.
and P. Diddy, and that's what you missed. Go on.
I don't know if I'm getting my period or it's spring break and Atlanta's in town and fucking Easter and everybody's just here and everyone's entitled. I literally almost like took everything and just fucking left work.
Just
Number
breathe.
one.
Mm.
Oh, bro. I told my sister as soon as I called her, I was like, yo, I got a fucking flat tire. Can you please come pick me up? She's like, I'm at work. I don't know if you'll let me leave. I'll just tell David, come fucking pick me up and send me home because I need to get to the podcast.
Donut was gonna fix it for you.
Who?
He told me he
Donut.
texted you.
Hey, Donut, always coming in clutch.
He said that you're not coming tomorrow.
I know he would. No, I'm not, unfortunately, because I'm fucking working.
I want to call AAA, like bam, bam, bam.
Bop, bop, bop.
He's
Yeah, but
gonna
she
have
picked me up.
AAA and then a face mask prepared.
For what?
Just in case you were stressed when you got back, so you could have good skin for the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
That was pretty much me and Juan's podcast. We were talking about facials.
He'll teach you his regimen or routine or whatever it is, because he's like, He disappeared for like 15 minutes, scrubbing his face and whatnot. I was
Yeah,
like,
you have to do the double cleanse to actually like
I
cleanse your
brushed
face
my
right.
teeth. I went and
he's
brushed
like
my
saging
teeth.
the air and shit. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, I'm getting ready for the stream, man.
We get the evil eye.
IRL,
That's not a bad idea.
I will say, in real life, it's kind of nice, like at the beginning when girls are getting ready, like just to go out, that I don't mind. Like when we were hanging out in real life and Layla and Abby had to get ready, like sometimes girls take longer than me to get ready, and I don't mind. It gives me time to smoke and do my business and take my time. And I don't like to be rushed. So it's like perfect. But I hate nighttime getting ready because I feel like,
Yeah.
oh, it takes like an hour for a girl to get ready for bed. And I'm like, I want to
Maybe
hang
two.
out. And then once they get ready, they're like, oh, now I can't like hang out by the fire pit anymore because my face is clean. Now I can't do this. Like all these other fun things become things we can't do. So
Oh,
I'm
for like
like,
bed?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
girls get all done up for bed. I'm like, no,
Not all girls.
I don't know.
Also,
Yeah, I was like,
it's
I don't really give a
Mercury
fuck.
retrograde. So like the
Is that what
tire
it
issue,
is?
what's going into it's the shadow period.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. So here's what I've been doing. I had like I guess a hole in the tire, but it's like very minimal. So I would fill it up every like 3 days and it would like flatten out. But this
I
time
do the same shit.
I
Instead
was
of getting it
driving and all of a
repaired.
sudden, go. I'm like, oh my. Oh, I went off. Like I was screaming in the car like a fucking psychopath. And I was like, Armina, come get me. And she came like after 20 minutes. Like she had to do her shit at the bar. And she brought some tequila. I took a couple shots with her. And now she's going out, taking my brother out. I'm like, have fun. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be me tomorrow. Unts, 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 unts.
So Layla will not be going to see Juan's
Wah, wah,
comedy
wah.
debut tomorrow.
Donut is sad.
I'm very sad.
Do the sad face.
I'm so
Donut.
sorry. I wish I could. Like I try to get off, but it's just me and this other bartender, and it's fucking Easter weekend, and it's not supposed to be Easter
Gotta make that
weekend.
paper, yo. Gotta make that paper.
What is this whole conspiracy about the alignment of everything, and we're not really in Aries season, but we're in actual fucking no, we're in Aries season, but not in no wait. What was it? No, we're in Pisces season, not actually in Aries season.
Pisces.
And Easter is supposed to be a week after this week, and I don't know why it changed, but there's this whole conspiracy on TikTok where everyone's like, y'all, are you going to Easter Sunday this Sunday? Because you're not really worshiping Easter. It's some kind of other freaky deaky shit. So
They say it's because
Cthulhu.
of spring equinox that happens every 128 years.
yeah.
Remember, Cheney, when I was talking about that 128 all the time?
You're just
128.
you're schizo, bro.
Yeah, schizophrenia.
But the
Schizophrenia means
128
everything's connected.
I saw your
And autistic means it's
1:28
not.
a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the time that the bridge was hit.
It was crashed at 128.
It's about to be 128 here soon, and
I think it was
six
like
minutes.
exactly like 128 dot
It was
dot
exactly.
09.
Really?
Did
Was
you
it
see that the
Oh, it was
black
128?
box? Yeah, it was 1:28 a.m.
Wow, that's
The bridge
with, like,
collapsed at
9
128.
seconds.
wow.
You know what's interesting? I forgot what news channel. I think it was ABC News online. They posted it, but it was like 15 hours earlier that they reported the whole incident. And I'm just like, oh yeah, it was an accident. Total fucking accident. Shit happens all the time, you know?
So ABC News posted it.
Yeah. And it, I think it was like a 7-hour difference between the times of when it actually happened and people finding to report on it. So it was like a 7-hour gap before the incident happened. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's happened before, like where they post something and then they take it back down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
And
Put this in your comments.
I think I need to make a coffee and make my cup dirty again.
yeah, you need a dirty cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You do a
Juan.
dirty
we need to see
ingredient.
this.
That's a dirty ass cup, girl.
This is dirty.
It's
That
like,
should
damn,
be
she dirty.
Secret Society of Good Guys
Dirty.
shirt. It's a cup with a chip in it, and then when all the tea leaves look like checkerboard.
I should name it Chip, like in Beauty and the Beast, the little
Off
broken
to the
cup.
cupboard with you now,
Yeah,
Chip. It's past your bedtime.
Yeah. I'm gonna smoke the cigarette and make myself a nice little Turkish coffee.
Oh,
Wake
that
me
seems
up a little bit.
perfect.
Mm.
That
What's a
seems
Turkish
perfect.
coffee?
So it's like a fine ground Turkish blend of I don't know what kind of beans, but it's fantastic. And you
Oh,
make it in this like metal thing, and the grinds are in the coffee, but they settle as you drink it. So it's like smooth coffee, and all the grinds settle, and then you flip your cup, put a ring on it, make your
Flick your bean.
well, no. It's like you turn it. Okay, pretend this is the cup. Okay, hold on. Let me
How
put this-
fine? How fine do the
like
grounds have to
powder.
be?
It's like powder.
really, really, really ground, really fine.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
powder.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
okay,
And you don't strain it.
no,
That's the thing.
wow.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you take
yeah.
your cup, flip it on the saucer towards you, and then you take it and clockwise 3 times, and then counterclockwise 3 times, and you put a ring on it, and you set an intention of what you want to kind of see in the cup, and then all these figures come out, and you have.
I thought you were making a cup of
sides.
coffee. You're trying to divinate.
I am. I'm
like,
just enjoying my cigarette right now. You know. I had a couple of shots, you know, she brought in the car, yo, take this, you had a fucking day. I'm like, thank you very much, sis. I stopped drinking, but you know, spring break, yo,
This must be wild.
you
Mm.
guys have no idea, man. It's fucking insane here. It's like entitled rich white people from Atlanta and all these places in the South, and they see you're busy as fuck, but they do not give a shit. And I'm just like, y'all, can you just please be nice? Because I'm about to get my period and y'all are stressing me. They're like, oh, I'm so sorry. We love you, Layla. I'm like, I know you do, but you're fucking killing me now. But
Aw.
other than that, it was a great day. It was a great day.
It always sucks when the car tire pops. It's always just like, what the?
That was on me. I was being lazy and not getting it fixed.
I
and
was
then-
gonna say, y'all, if Layla were in my town, like if she were just in my town, she don't even have to be my girl. If she were just my neighbor and I saw her tire, like I think right when I saw her tire in real IRL, I was like, oh!
wait, the tire was in bad shape already?
My car is in bad shape. It's fucking dirty and like, oh my God. I
Like
don't
your
take
cup?
care of my car.
That's because
Motherfucker.
mine's like that too. It's a Pisces
Motherfucker.
thing.
My house is immaculate. It's just my fucking car. Like girls have a thing. We don't give a shit about the car.
Yeah.
Juan.
No, I know. Trust me. My wife's car is. I think there's a homunculi growing in there.
I'm gonna pick on you too, bro. Watch. I'm gonna find something. And I'm gonna like just watch.
Every single girl has McDonald's French fries under their car seat, and every single girl's like, I don't even know when the last time I ate McDonald's. Like
McDonald's
it's
French
like
fries are
an
amazing.
absurd amount of time, but the French fry just stays
You
perfectly
like
good in
McDonald's
there.
French fries?
What? Yeah. What is in the McDonald's French fries? That's just
Probably
like
crack.
The
It's
scent.
not the same though.
They got like salt, and their salt has different ingredients in the salt.
They kind of burn though when you eat them, right? Is it just
They're-
or is
I
that
haven't
They
had them
put
in a
a
while,
coat
but
on my
they
teeth.
good.
They do.
When
But
they
they're
give me a
not good for
migraine.
you.
I like
I wish they didn't give me a migraine. I think they have MSG in them.
It's seriously my favorite
I think
vegetable.
so.
I love MSG. I snort it.
I
I
feel
do.
like I get a migraine every time I eat it.
Okay, oh God. Wow.
How's the MSG go up your nose? Does it burn or what is it?
It boofs it.
Yeah, I boof it. It burns my asshole a little bit, but it's all good.
Put
I roll.
Turkish coffee in it
Yeah.
and boof it.
French fries are my favorite vegetable.
Well, that's very true. It is a veggie.
I think I like Brussels sprouts.
It's like such a random thing
Or
to
a
say.
Do you
Oh.
eat like a kid? Are you like a chicken nuggets and French fries kind of guy, or do you like good food?
I'm a kid.
Who you asking?
Yeah.
Both of you.
I eat
How-
like a
what do
bird.
you eat?
I'm like a bird. I pick things apart and I do.
You
Bro, don't
chew
do
it.
that shit next to me, dude.
You chew it and spit it in Juan's mouth. You spit it in
No.
Chan's mouth.
But so
like
my-
a mommy bird.
My son put this show on. I think it's Our Planet, and the bird. You know how the baby birds eat.
It's
Like
called regurgitating.
my son was like, "What's the bird doing?" And I'm like, "He's just feeding." He's like, "But he's gonna eat its head." I'm like, "Cause he's a 6-year-old, he doesn't understand what's going
Right.
on." So I'm like,
You're right
"He's just feeding it," but he's like, "But why is it?" Because it's like the fucking head is like over
Is
the
it
other
just like the
bird.
Discovery Channel?
Yeah, Our Planet.
Our Planet. That
Because he started
shows.
learning about killer whales, so he wanted me to put like something with whales on it. And he was
Right.
flipping out about the bird, like feeding the other bird, but it looked really weird.
Have you
So
noticed they like manipulate the narrative in the storyline? Like they'll have like one little like animal getting chased by like 100 animals, and it's like some sort of like political agenda. Like
this bird was
mixed in with it.
Republican,
Yeah,
and that's why he was being chased
it's
by
very
them.
subtle. But
Well, the
I've noticed it.
entire Al Gore, the whole entire global warming narrative is set up because they videotaped a polar bear on an iceberg and then did a slow voice and told everyone that
Morgan
polar
Freeman.
bear had been swimming for food for this amount of time.
And it was
And
all alone.
if that same thing, somebody should take the inconvenient truth and just do this polar bear just won the polar bear Olympics and he couldn't be more excited. It's just the voiceover that puts the
Yeah.
story, but
And the
that
music.
polar bear sold this is the reason people want to pay carbon credits in countries, because they're like, we got to save the polar bear.
Right.
We gotta
Man,
save
fuck
him,
them
he's
polar
singing.
bears.
Polar bears are just albinos.
If you eat a polar bear's stomach, your skin will start
They
burning.
are actually
and you'll
fucking
go crazy.
huge.
What?
Polar bears.
Really?
Yeah. If you eat a polar bear stomach or its liver, you'll get this disease where your skin will start burning off and you'll go mentally insane.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
I think
so if
it's
you're-
its liver, because
Where
the
the hell did you read
stomach,
that?
you can eat this. Wait, I think you can eat the stomach, but never mind. I'm thinking of a walrus. I think you can eat the stomach.
Don't be spreading
because-
fake news, Cheney.
No, I know.
No,
I
it's
can't
the
remember.
liver. I'm pretty sure it's the liver.
It's
I
the
think it's the
cock.
liver, but there's something about the stomach. But I'm thinking of a walrus. There's like this thing that Eskimos have specifically, because they can, when everybody always talks about the carnivore diet, they always talk about different Inuit tribes, and they're on carnivore diets, but they don't talk about the fact that they eat the intestines of the thing. And so there's something like a lot of walruses and stuff eat so much kelp, and so
Wow.
they are taking in different kinds of salads and different things in their diet because they're eating all the nutrients also out of the stomach of this thing. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a whole different animal than a polar bear.
Yeah,
But my
no,
brain
eating-
was like in a really close file.
Eating the digested food of an animal, right? That's bizarre. But when you mentioned like the going insane with the polar bear stomach, it made me think of the Wendigo, where it's like this thing that you're supposed to consume human meat, and you're doing like this blood magic pact where you become this entity that is like a vampire type of thing.
And it's called a Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo. It's Algonquin. So it's like this.
It sounds like indigo, like an indigo child. Wendigo.
Yeah, Wendigo with Tico. Yeah, so it's really, really fascinating. That's interesting.
There's got to be something with eating meat and eating these different animals, and even the way I feel like they tried to get everybody to carnivore right when they were about to shut down every single meat plant and give us Bill Gates meat. Like they
The
were about to
hummus
do
meat.
all this at the same
Like
time.
made people want it more. It made them like more like.
Well, they were the executive order was that, I think it was Dave Attell, which I kind of thought it was brilliant that he said the third responders, thank God for those third responders. We had heroes making heroes for heroes. And it was like that kind of idea that we were living under in COVID, where it was like your bagger at the grocery store was a first, like he had to be out there. That was first responder, but they were going to shut down every meat plant in our country. And then all of a sudden there was an executive order that was signed that was like, no, the meat plants have to stay open. If the baggers at the grocery store have to be there and the fast food people have to be there, then the meat people have to show up, because they were about to, right before that, the Beyond Burger came out with Bill Gates, because they were about to turn us all into genetically meat eating, so they could
I'm a
probably
Republican. I don't eat that
humans.
fake meat.
Remember when Texas got up in arms back when, because they tried to set it up that Oprah went in at the Texas beef industry, and then she had to apologize to the Texas beef industry
yeah.
because they tried to do that wave back then where they took meat out of our
Dang.
diet. They've been
Yeah,
trying to get rid of that for a while.
Can't mess with Texas.
I said that the whole vegan thing was a psyop on an episode I did with Donna, and people like came after me. Like they completely misconstrued what I was trying to say. Like completely. Like, how is ending animal cruelty a psyop? And I'm like, I never even said that. I said I know people who will drive miles out of their way because there is no vegan options around them. And you're gonna tell me those people are gonna survive the apocalypse? Like, bro, you're not gonna be growing plants if there's like a nuclear holocaust or something. Or even if you're in Canada and stuff where it's like super free. What are you gonna grow? What are you gonna eat? You know what I'm saying? Like
Gator.
well, if you're in Florida, you can eat gator or boar or whatever else. But
Squirrel.
I think what if those people
Squirrel.
they're not gonna have a good time. So, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, people always
I don't know, man. Like you could like seriously with the hot sauces that we got today, you can make anything taste good.
No, yeah.
You can make like squirrel taste good. You deep fry a squirrel,
I-
put
but
some of that hot sauce on there.
I have
some
a
of that
friend of mine that
tomatillo.
eats squirrel on the regular, bro.
See?
So it's not too far fetched.
Have you ever like had deep fried sushi?
Yes.
I mean, it's
It's
delicious.
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Anything
I love
deep fried.
parasites.
I feel like you could just do that method with anything.
I love having worms inside my body when I eat sushi.
Oh, I love sushi.
I love it.
Raw meat's good. Steak tartare is the second best thing I ever put in my mouth. If you haven't had
What's
proper
the first thing?
you know what the first thing.
That's all I gotta say.
Vesica Pisces. My wife's the first thing. The first best thing I ever put in my mouth. And then the second best thing.
Oh,
that's gay, dude. Don't say that.
So gay. But yeah. if any food's good, I always say it's the second best thing I ever stuck in my mouth. But I like I think any kind of
That's a good
diet,
answer.
honestly, any ism of like, I'm gonna be a veganism, vegetarianism, carnivorism, whatever ism, it's probably bullshit. Like just eat what your body like feels healthy eating. If it's all
Is it
vegetables,
BS?
do it.
Is it really BS? Like just being all fruit or all veggie or all
Because
pescatarian?
I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to stop eating altogether before shit hits the fan.
Oh, you want to become a breatharian?
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, I'm not a breatharian, but all I do is I go out in the sun and I eat the sun.
Eat the sun.
I just
Last
go
20
and I'm
minutes
just
of the
like,
day and first 20 minutes.
So Capri Sun is actually something that Crowley talked about.
yeah, I was on that show.
Really?
Oh, all right.
No, it's true though, but tell them that's crazy.
I don't remember. I just
No.
it's
You can't just
Capri-
say it and not talk about it.
It's Capri Sun.
sign up for the Patreon.
It's Paranoid American and Juan were breaking
Yo,
down.
this guy got jokes, bro.
Like Capri was this god, and the way Capri Sun is spelled is how Aleister Crowley spelled Capri for this god. So it's Capri Sun, and it was a sun god.
Yo, Capri Sun got mold in the packages, bro. You see that?
But a Capri
Oh, you're not
Sun
reading
was
the chat, but I am.
Yeah, I can't see the chat.
Yeah.
How many people stab themselves through the Capri Sun container? That's like the first design.
You guys
Like,
drink
right in
milk
there.
from the bag? You guys remember that? You
Milk?
guys- from a bag, you'd stab the bag and drink it from the bag.
Oh snap!
I watched a dude in a warehouse do that with a carpet knife and stab himself in the hand.
What a retard.
And I had to drive this tard over to the emergency room, and with this giant gash in his hand.
He got bad aim. Like, what a fucking
And
idiot.
I'm like, oh fuck, this idiot.
Why would you do it so
I'm
quickly?
gonna take you to this fucking emergency room. And then as he's talking to the people there, he's like, "Oh, who brought you here?" Well, this guy is like, I'm like, I just, I was at the same place, same time, man. I don't know you. Anyway, the doctors go, "Oh, do you have something?" And I'm like I was like his acting manager or something, so I'm doing workman's comp paperwork for him, right? So the doctors go, okay, do you have MRSA or anything like that? And he says, oh yeah, there's that. And they all the doctors jump away from this dude. This
Was it
was like,
contagious?
this
Hey,
is
MRSA?
like
Yeah.
this is way before COVID. And it was the first time I'd ever seen like doctors like kind of jumpy about something. So it was alarming to me. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is MRSA? And it's scaring them. Like, I don't even know
And
what
you
this
drove this
is.
guy to the fucking
And this fucker is in my car? Jesus.
bleeding all over your car.
I'm out of here. I sign it. Boom. I'm
You
out.
just roll out of your car while it's driving, and you're the
Like,
one
fuck,
driving.
Why you
just
mind your
kick
own
him out.
fucking business,
Ah.
Gordy?
No, you're driving. You're like, oh, I have MRSA, and you just roll out of the
What?
car. The car's
Just
I gotta tell you something, Gordy. I got fucking AIDS, bro. Oh shit. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh,
trying to be a good
man.
guy.
Have you ever had alligator?
Yeah,
No.
I have.
Once
I
an
have
alligator
actually once.
Why
Just
though?
pick up some alligator.
Is there
I'm
not
born
Just
and
Let's
raised
do
in
it.
Florida.
I'd eat
You
gator.
can probably
Oh,
pick
I
some
got
up
you.
soon. I mean, heat around
Why?
here.
Out of all the meat choices, you want to go eat a gator?
Because I remember I was on this Indian reservation in Florida.
Gator?
I was by the ocean because like the US government pushed them where the
Fuck
hurricanes
the
were.
government. Yeah.
And they were like, tell me all these
Yeah,
stories.
that
So
beachfront robbery.
I asked mad questions. I was like, yo, because I was like pretty new
Gator
sobriety.
does not taste like chicken. It tastes like shit.
Well, so like the story goes is that like if you brought home a gator to the tribe, you were like the man.
They suck
You
your
know what I
dick.
mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you want to go hunting? You
I
want to
don't
go
want
hunting? You want to
no,
go kill one?
I just want like
Dude, do that.
feel
If
how
you're
it
gonna do
felt
it,
to be the
I actually exposed Donut
kill the
today for his
animal.
first public sub. And
What do you mean? How'd you expose them? Like how?
it was
I
delicious.
He
took
put
him
his
to
dick in it.
no, that's a dick sandwich. No, I took him to Publix
It was delicious.
and he ordered a sub
It
for
was
the first time.
delicious.
What kind of pub sub did you get for your first pub sub?
Just a turkey, mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce. Simple.
Turkey,
Very
lettuce,
simple.
tomato,
It's like
mayo.
having an orgasm,
salt,
like eating.
pepper.
This is so good.
It was so good.
good.
Yo, pub subs are awesome. Not gonna lie. They
Are you
slap.
gonna have
grew up-
boiled
I grew
peanuts
up on-
tomorrow and some gator tail?
Now I want some gator.
Gator is chewy, swampy, where it's a little different than fish taste, but it's freshwater, so but it still has a little fishy, and it's chewy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's chewy.
I don't like chewy.
Yeah, you're not
It's
gonna like
very
it.
Yeah,
chewy. It's
like
chewy,
octopus. I
like
don't like octopus.
yeah, it's
I like
calamari
octopus.
I
No,
don't
chewy.
like
calamari
octopus.
good. Calamari
Yeah,
goes
it's
hard.
calamari chewy.
Well,
But
octopus.
because they fry it in little, yeah, it's not like full body. You
Oh,
don't
maybe
get
we
that like
shouldn't
full
do that.
body, but it's more like the tentacles of calamari. But because it's thicker pieces, I would say it's that amount of fishy as well.
Oh, that
Mm.
sounds pretty
This is
good.
like snake tastes like chicken too. No, it tastes like fucking snake. Like, it doesn't
Really?
taste- I've never ate snake before, but
You can buy
Swampy
snake
stuff
in
tastes
Arizona.
swampy. It has a whole. It's like a different kind of game.
Any
I
kind of reptile tastes weird. I mean,
I
it's
wonder what
different.
kind of
It's just
spell-
different. You're gonna expect it to be different. Like
Frog legs.
peccary.
frog legs are good.
Peccary does not taste like pork. Like they call them pigs and they hunt them out here, but they don't taste like pork. It's a
You see that
More?
one like girl
a-
eat the live octopus
Yeah, I've seen
on
that.
YouTube? That's wild.
Yeah, bro. No, fuck that.
It's
Should be doing
crazy.
that.
I wonder what kind
No.
of spell you do by ingesting a serpent. Like, I wonder if that's like some kind of spell. Like, I don't think you're supposed to eat fucking snakes.
Yeah, fuck them snakes. Oh, you know.
What? Snakes are considered good luck. The shit that they're putting out today, the serpent, it was always a symbol of protection and good luck, from what
And
I
healing.
understand through our culture. Yeah.
It's a
Like
healing
we actually
symbol.
make amulets of like mercury. You take I think it's an almond shell, and you inject the mercury inside of the nut and wrap it with a snake skin, a particular type of snake, and you you clip it on yourself somewhere so no one doesn't see it, but it's like a protection amulet. Like anyone that wants to throw you juju or whatever, it's like, nah, bitch.
You
The
put it in your
mercury.
dirty cup.
No, bro. No. No. This is my dirty cup. Only coffee goes in here, right? But for real, like the whole spell of it is like because the mercury is lodged inside the nut, it absorbs all that juju that people want to put on you, like even
Inside the
through
nut.
yeah, and it absorbs it through the mercury. Mercury is used as, you know, a type of vessel for like jinn to travel or entities to travel through, and we have stories, folklore that can for thousands of years. This is like a thing.
Juju.
In Buddhism, they have I think it's called a Ganga. And a lot of the time, snakes will
Ganga.
be a Ganga. So if you were to meditate for a certain amount of time, if this was ever called upon you, sometimes you might be in a woods, or sometimes you might be on the edge of a cliff or by the sea or wherever, and you would meditate and you didn't know how long you were going to meditate. It could be 15 minutes, but it could be 15 hours, or it could be 15 days. And so they would say a certain animal energy would, and a lot of the times it'd be snakes, would curl up on your lap and watch your flesh while your spirit was gone.
Damn.
Okay, this is okay. I almost went out of body there with the Ganga thing, because when I was a kid, this is how weird this life we live is. When I was a kid, and everybody in Tucson will understand this, there was a show. There was a restaurant chain called Gordo's Mexicateria, and Gordo would come on all the
Is that
time
how you
on
say
TV.
cafeteria in Mexican?
He'd come on all
it
the
was a
meat.
Mexican cafeteria. You could go and just pick out an enchilada or chimney or something, and the little chimneys were probably pretty good because they had the really good tortillas and they fried them really hot, but they started cheaping out, and then it started sucking. But anyway,
Making Donut hungry, bro.
Gordo would say, "And brother, that's a Ganga."
What does that mean?
It means good deal. It means a blessing.
Ganga.
After he came all over the meat, he's like, Ganga.
But you talking about Ganga,
Reasoning for this
it's
meat.
a battle cry.
Next time you come, you just Ganga. Just like
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say.
Were you gonna say mic check?
No, I was not.
Sorry.
This guy, bro.
I think he did the mic check already.
Your fucking neighbors like, what the fuck is this guy up to tonight, man?
Yeah,
It wasn't paying
yeah.
attention.
All the old people around here like, fuck.
You're like, oh shit, I'm out.
I'm trying to sleep. It's fucking
Yes,
Caused a blood clot.
Bodeglat. It's 11:47 on my clock.
It's 11:47. That is a good time. If you want to hit that bell to remember to get notified anytime Secret Society of Good Guys goes live. If you want to go to our backup channel at Secret Society of Good Guys, you can find Donut Factory also everywhere on YouTube, and Juan everywhere on YouTube and when you get your podcasts. And there also is links to Patreon and stuff like that. If you want to go deep on any certain topics, they both have it, which is a good time to also tell you guys that we don't have time for the Patreon. We started the Patreon and then we didn't realize it was going to take so much time, and we have to spend time right now making content. And we will start movie night again. We just can't show up every week like that. And we don't want you guys to drop us any money if we can't show up. It feels weird. So
Yeah.
if you do have money in the Patreon, take it and don't give it. Everybody else go join the Patreon. It's free, and we will post other shit on there or links to the Telegram. And we'll be doing chats and everything in there like that. So make sure you find us everywhere just in case we get taken down here for saying things like COVID-19 or adrenochrome. So
shout out to the chat room. Y'all are fucking awesome. Just saying, I'm
Look at
loving
this
the
comment that I
energy
just
tonight.
got. Speaking
What?
of 47, I'm 47 minutes in and just wondering when the topic is going to start. or any
What
topic
topic?
really. I'm
We're
not
just shooting
hitting.
this shit, bro.
No, this is a comment on my
Oh, on our video. We just did a video.
He's
I
like,
was
I'm
just-
47. Look, I'm 47 minutes in and just wondering when the topic is gonna start, or any topic really.
Yeah.
Why? Like, can you just not
Welcome
like
to the
listen to a little
chaos.
banter, a little like, you know?
The water that the people fell into on the bridge was
got 10,000
47
views.
degrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 47 degrees. But it just seems so fishy. Like it's 1:30 in the morning. The bridge is built in 1977, so it's kind of like, nah. You know, like there wasn't a lot of people on it. We see a big bus go over the bridge before it's hit. And then there's cars parked on the outside getting warnings that, to stay off the bridge. So it almost seems like the whole thing was a false flag with the best case scenario outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like nobody died on a whole bridge collapse.
Well, I think there was one individual, a driver or something. I think he was Hispanic. They reported on him. It was like one or two people, really, but not like something catastrophic, like 150 people sank into the bottom of the.
Yeah, like remember when that now it makes me want to look into that other bridge. Remember, I think it was in Minneapolis back when.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Like
that
look
one.
into all these
Yeah.
other events.
The
that-
other bridge.
Ohio
Pat,
too, right?
the other bridge
I
fell apart 128 on January 28th.
Damn.
Well, and they made it sound like the 47-degree water was so cold, and it's like your refrigerator has to be kept below 40 degrees, so it's not
Yeah.
even that fucking cold. Like, oh my
Yeah, they were
God, they're gonna
saying that
die.
the temperature was 47 degrees. Like
Mhm.
that's crazy. And the
Yeah.
ship had a 33.
So cold.
Y'all, what I've noticed is that we need to talk to our youth. I have a brother, he's turning 19, and he's very into conspiracy and whatnot. And he came up to me last night. He's like, Layla, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, this realm is so weird, and I don't even know what I am. I don't even know where we live. Like, what is
Why
this
is that
realm?
fucking cup so dirty?
I
The
was like,
fuck's going on?
yeah, that too, motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, I was like, okay, just for a second. I was like, what do you like? Turn off your phone for a minute and look around you. Is any of that happening in your reality? He's like, no. I'm like, there's your answer. I'm like, a lot of it is just fear porn. And we all fall into it sometimes, but we're adults, so we know how to handle it and take things in and let it go. But kids nowadays, like they're wanting to off themselves. They want to get off this planet. So like if you know a youth out there that's just like really like just struggling right now, just have a conversation with them, because I had a conversation with him and he felt so much better. Just
Yeah,
like,
being real,
dude,
yeah.
yeah, like it's all fake. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, it's all over the news, but fucking don't worry about it. Is it happening in your reality? Like your actual reality? Nope. Let it go. He's like, I love you, Layla. I love you. I'm like, that's it. Turn off your phone, bro. I get into those moments where I'm like, oh my God, and I get chaotic and da 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 da. But then I'm like, yo, it's all fake, bro. It's all a movie.
Do you think that's like a big problem in general with social media or
Yeah.
with the 24-hour news cycle is that we're all seeing stuff like I have an opinion on where all of you live and I don't fucking live where you live. How should I have an opinion on where you live? How could I even have a fathom idea of what goes on where you live or what your town needs? But if they show me some tragedy that happens in your town or it's like I have to be all connected there and I have to judge it and I have to tell people about it in my town and I don't even have the same socioeconomic demographic. I don't have any of the racial breakdown. I don't have any of like everything's different where we all live. We don't have the same supplies. We don't have the same food. Like, why would you eat gator? Like you say that. Well, when you live in the swamp and you don't want to pay the government or a grocery store for overpriced food, you might catch your own. And it's like, why would you eat deer? Why would you eat rabbit? Why would you eat raccoon? Why would you? It's like why would you fish? Why would you all of a sudden it's like all these animals that
It's
it's just
psychological warfare, bro. Like they're trying so hard. I feel like they're trying to take us back into time, and everyone's starting to can their food and make things from scratch. And Hollywood stars are trying to be more plain. And I'm just like, yo, like, yeah, you can fool a lot of people, but those of us who know, this is all done for whatever their fucking agenda is. But I'm not buying into it, or try not to buy into it. because we all, fall for it sometimes. I get a little emotional sometimes.
Listen, guys, Donut and I are gonna go. We got a long day tomorrow. It's pretty late.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see you guys in person tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Layla.
Yeah.
Break a leg.
Yeah. I mean, I
Likewise.
could make a drive like after work, but it'll be like fucking late, like maybe 1:00 in the morning.
Oh,
If
it'll
you
be
guys
over by
really
then.
want.
Donut really wants it.
How do you know this shit, bro?
He's talking to me. I mean, we're
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
guys talking over there? Oh, okay.
He told me.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming and hanging out, you guys. I
thanks for
can't wait
chilling,
to see you
guys.
tomorrow.
guys.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
some sleep.
Toodles.
Bye
Toodles.
bye. I know. I think that hi Estelle. Okay. But yeah, I do think it's not just kids. I think everybody needs to check in with everybody and just see like, hey, how's your energy? Hey, how do you feel about things in the world? Hey, how do you feel about things in your house? And just give them space to speak. Like I think everybody is like in a way we all were gaslit for years, literally years, about a virus that everybody acts like, oh yeah, it's not, oh, we're not playing along now. And
Mhm.
I'm glad everyone's here, but we were literally traumatized. And we were traumatized when we said, oh, Hollywood, these bunch of creep shows, they're pedophiles, gaslit, traumatized. And so it's like now everybody's here, but we were traumatized. We were lonely. We went through all these dark phases. We don't have to let them go through them.
Yeah.
Like we have each other now. We have networks. People are waking up in every single facet. Like it's not just in a conspiracy way. It's not just in spiritual ways. It's not just in like waking up to like self-care and who they really are. And it's just like all these things. And I just feel like because
Everybody's
we're
getting
more
loosed.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
because we're more healed, we can like
yeah.
be kinder to them
Some
than
people
we
don't
got
even
treated.
Yeah, absolutely. And like some people are not even seeing the bigger picture. Like at this point now, like I'm sorry to say, y'all, I know you all have your beliefs, but I feel like they're using God against us all. Like at this point, at this stage of the stage that we're in, on the grand stage of it all, like the heifers, the red heifers, oh my God, the temple, they're gonna build it, they're gonna destroy the mosque. Oh my
Can you
God,
talk
there's gonna
about the
be
red heifers for a minute?
so apparently, I don't know if it was today, but I think I heard something that it was happening today or either tomorrow that they're going to actually sacrifice the red heifers. So what they do is they let them walk up this thing, drop to their deaths, and they take the ashes
What's
of
the story of like they got these cows shipped in from Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
it's a
can't
big deal because
Yeah.
a red heifer, in order to build the temple, the red heifer has to be unblemished. It has to be perfect. And red heifers, like red cows, were extinct, allegedly. Okay. So then they've been breeding them in Texas and there are red heifers. But the problem is that in order to be a perfect red heifer, in order to consecrate the ground to rebuild the new temple, the red heifers have to be perfect. And so they have to have less than one or only one white hair on its entire
white
body.
or black. Otherwise they're not perfect.
Yeah.
So pretty much what they do
And
is
there's
take the
another thing. They
ashes.
can't there's one other thing, like they can't ever wear a yoke.
Yeah.
They can't ever pull a
Mhm.
card. They can
Yeah.
never wear a yoke. Like I was reading so but I don't know anything about it. So then they ship these things to where, Layla?
Israel, okay,
Uh-huh.
or Palestine, Israel, whatever. At this fucking point, like, god damn, y'all are being loose left and right. But so the Al Chasa mosque is probably the third holiest place for Muslims. It's been there around Jesus and whatever, and that's where the dome is. They call it the dome. and they want to destroy it. The deal has been signed. I don't know with who, but they already plan to destroy it, and it's going to happen, and it's going to cause fucking mayhem through the Islamic world, through the Israeli world, and everyone's just going to go up in arms. So the whole process of them sacrificing these innocent fucking animals, I don't understand it. They take the ashes, and once they destroy the mosque, that's a purification ritual that they cleanse the area, which I don't understand because it is already a holy temple and it's already cleansed, and clean people go in there. You have to wash yourself when you go in there. So they want to build a
Don't
third
they-
temple.
Yeah, and they burn them alive, right? In front
Yeah.
of oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
And so once that is done, they built the third temple, Solomon's temple, and apparently the Messiah, the Israeli Messiah, because I'm not going to say Jewish because not all Jews believe in this, because most Jews, the actual Jews, believe that they're not supposed to have a land, because God said that they're not allowed to because of whatever happened in the past. So there's two sides to the Jewish story here. So that's what I know. And yeah, we shall see what happens. But just guys, just you see the grand scheme. So this is the thing. The Jewish Messiah comes, then in Islam and Christianity, they say, oh, when the Antichrist comes, because Christians and Muslims are waiting for Jesus to come back when the Antichrist comes, and they believe that the Antichrist is the Jewish Messiah. So it's like all three fucking major religions and billions of people in each fucking religion are going to be up in arms. Just think about the
Well,
loose
yeah,
there.
because the building of the third temple is like setting the stage for the end of times in the Bible. So Christians believe that if the like they watch Israel. So watching Israel means like they if they ever do rebuild the temple, then that's the sign that the Antichrist is coming into power. So the Christians also believe that. And one of the things that they were missing, though, because the red heifer was no longer a problem, the people who will be future priests like can never have walked on certain ground and stuff like that. So they had to like be raised from infancy on a certain platforms and stuff like that. But for the Jewish garments, for the priest's garments, there is a certain blue dye that only comes from a crustacean that they've never been able to locate inside the it's forgotten which crustacean they use, and I want to say that it was extinct. So I don't know if they found this or not, because the robes, like I want to say the ropes
Royal
for the
blue.
robes, yeah, but it's
Mhm.
not just any blue. It comes from a specific animal.
Mhm.
So I don't know if they've ever found that, but I mean, if they're getting ready to sacrifice the red heifers, my guess would be that they have.
Can I just say-
Go ahead, Layla.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what I am seeing is some major like fucking psychopath in the past wanted like some kind of control, either a family or something, and they created the Abrahamic system. Not enough people with Judaism. Then they created Christianity and Catholicism, and then Islam. Islam they considered the broom of the Jewish religion. Okay, it's like the final step. So it's like almost the Muslim people are being loosed so hard that I'm seeing right now, and many are not seeing it. God, I hope they do. But it's like the broom. It's like it's the number one growing religion, and they're doing this like Muslims entering everywhere. Okay, just think about that for a second. It's it's gonna be massive. Okay, like even Nostradamus talks about this fucking war, and he talks about how the Islamic people will be going to war with everybody. But that's the loosh. Like all these religions, I'm sorry to say, I don't need a book to believe that there's a God. Some of y'all do, but this is my belief. Y'all don't have to believe it, but I truly think that this was all created for this agenda now, to create a one world system, a one world religion, a one world government. And that's the way it's done. There's no other possible way to do it besides through religion and God. That's how I see it.
Do they need the Ark of the Covenant to do this as well, Abby?
No. Somebody said that in the chat, but they don't need the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant it should be behind the holiest of holies, but it's not a requirement for the temple because they believe that was never in Solomon's temple. So
And isn't there lore about like since we watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom or in the Raiders of the Lost Ark, isn't there like a few lores about the Ark of the Covenant? Like you have to be a specific bloodline to even carry it?
yeah, the only people who are allowed to handle the Ark of the Covenant were Levites. So they're from the tribe of Levi, the 12 Jewish tribes. And allegedly they they lost track of the bloodlines. So the Israelites now don't know which bloodline they're of from which tribe. But only Levites could be the priests, and they also were the ones who were allowed to carry the Ark of the Covenant. Nobody else could handle it. If somebody else tried to manage it, then they would be pretty much struck dead by God. So
And then there was other stories of like Canaanites taking it and putting it in their temples, or Baal taking it and putting it in their temples, and it like the temples crumbling, or and them being like, "Come and get this right now, please."
yeah,
We're
they
sorry
would
we
steal
can't.
it because they thought that that was like that was Israel's power. So they would steal their like basically stealing their mascot or whatever, their spirit stick, and they would take it and they would put it inside their temple, and it was always a curse. So they would always end up like giving it back to Israel or asking them to come get it. So
And isn't there another thing that whatever army is behind the Ark of the Covenant it's like it can't be defeated?
The Gog and
Isn't
Magog?
like isn't that one of the reasons they say Hitler wanted to find the Ark of the Covenant, because it is like indestructible, like the army behind it's indestructible.
Hmm.
probably. I mean, I don't really know as far as that goes. I know all the biblical stuff, like what people say about it and all of that. Like even how it's supposed to be in Ethiopia because Solomon had an affair with Bathsheba and had children with her. So that's why there's Jewish people in Ethiopia. It's because they literally are from Bathsheba and Solomon's bloodline. And so allegedly that's one of the places where the Ark of the Covenant is housed, and one of the people in the Jewish temple there, he guards the Ark of the Covenant, and he says that
I
it's
thought it was
absolutely
Trump.
there.
I thought Trump
Hmm?
had it.
You know,
Has
Trump
it.
does have an
Good.
Ark of the
You
Covenant
never
at
know who has it.
Mar-a-Lago.
I mean, it could no longer be in Ethiopia. It might have never been there, but allegedly it was there for quite a period of time, though, for thousands of years. So because it got lost around the time of Solomon, like there was no mention of it, and nobody knows where it went. So
Does Jericho Ashley B, thank you for the 4.99. And does Jericho relate to anything with whatever could potentially happen during the eclipse? Next thing, she's been getting dream things about Joshua or Jericho. Is there any of towns going across with the eclipse, or anything in the Bible that you're like, huh, that does relate to this specifically? Like we were talking about like the whale constellation being Cetus, and
I
people being
heard
like Jonah
something
being
about Mormonism and going over towns that were mentioned in Mormonism or something, or names in Mormonism in a chat today. I guess in my comments, I don't know why that video is going viral, but it's going viral. But apparently it's like a Mormon thing now. Like Mormonism is coming up like left and right. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is a theory. Y'all, how many times do you think they use the Bible, the Torah, the Quran on these resets? And how many times do you think that people thought the end times were here? And how many times did they think that the Messiah was going to be here or Jesus was coming? Like for how many years? Because I remember when I was a kid and everybody thought end times were here and Jesus was coming, and, like during 9/11. And I'm just like, don't y'all think the resets were caused because they have control and power of whatever the veins of the water lines and create floods in certain areas? And, I feel like they've done this many, many times and looshing the population.
possibly
I
it
think
could
there's
possibly be that they're doing it, but it also could be that they're just putting it out there, and that's all they have to do. If you create a religion around it, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm a pre-trib rapture person. I'm a post-trib tribulation rapture person." Like if everybody gets into their whole like end times thing, and that's all they're looking at. Whether they're Muslim or Christian or Jewish, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Like, reality is so fluid and it's so
Yeah.
flexible, but if enough people believe it, you're creating that reality. Like, so it's so important that you don't let it in. And that's what, like, when we did our apocalypse episode, that really was the point of me trying to show all the different movie titles that had the apocalypse in it, because how many times have each of us witnessed the apocalypse, whether it was
Right.
a zombie apocalypse or a a virus, or nuclear weapons, whatever, nuclear meltdowns, all that shit. We've seen so many different versions of the apocalypse. We've read different versions. I mean, it's huge in young adult fiction now, like so many dystopian novels. And the point I was trying to make with that is that they don't care how it happens. Religion is a big factor, and it will definitely help everyone freaking put that in the reality mirror, and then the quantum of it all, it will be reflected back to us. But just us taking in all this other garbage, which, I mean, I enjoy the garbage. I love dystopian novels. I love, like, zombie movies. But I'm just saying, if we're not watching it as an active observer, then we're also helping to create that reality. It doesn't matter
Right.
which one. They don't care
Yeah.
which one. They don't care which one it is. It's like they're just giving it all to us, so that way we're all
They.
participating, whether we're religious or we're just into pop culture. It doesn't matter.
Choose wisely the myth you participate in.
Yeah.
But, like,
It
who are
is
they
kinda
all
that
doing
way.
this for? The they. Who? What? What are they doing all this for? For fucking what? Okay, power. But for
So
real, besides that, there should be something more that they're doing this for.
I was just looking at what towns were called Jericho in the United States. And oddly enough, right around Burlington, Vermont, a little in Vermont, there's a town called Jericho. And so I'm like, yeah, so, and it's Jericho was the gateway city to Canaan. That is the Israelites came to when they entered the promised land. The city of Jericho was surrounded by walls so that no one was able to get in, and the walls served as solid protection against attacks. The gates had been locked to keep the Israelites out. And it's weird just because if we're going to think mirror and the way the eclipse goes, does it come in this way or go out that way?
Mm.
Like, is it come across like
I don't know,
this?
but it's kind of interesting because Joshua led the people, and they marched around the city of Jericho, what, for 7 days or 7, and
Yes.
then they blew a trumpet after the 7 days
The
and the walls
trumpet.
fell.
Yep. Jericho is basically a
Trumpet.
metaphor for kind of all the walls falling down.
And Joshua means
Maybe all the
God is
illusions
deliverance.
falling down. Yeah, maybe it's
And
Judgment
the funny
Day.
thing is that we have the name Joshua, and then we have Jesus, which is also Yeshua and Joshua. So I don't know why they have Jesus written as Jesus when it's technically Joshua. It's the
Yeah.
same name.
In Islam, they call it Isa. Isa. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, ISIS.
Mhm.
ISIS. It's so close.
Mhm.
I never heard it close before, but it is so close.
Yeah, it is.
Jesus and ISIS are
Brahm.
so
That was
close.
the real story, I'm saying.
Brahma. Abraham.
And
Moses.
Jesus never started with a J, it's with a Y, so it's Yeshua.
Uh-huh.
And actually, I don't even think
It
there's
wasn't
like
a
vowels in the
It was
Hebrew.
a
Yeah.
Isha, like Isha, like Isha. It's a Y, so it's like a E, not E, but E, like Isa. I don't know. Isis.
It's like a snake. It's a healing snake. Isa.
Don't you think you kind of have to watch this whole thing like it's a movie a little?
Of course.
Like
Yeah.
the whole
Hard
like
sometimes.
Of course, it's all a
but like
movie.
isn't that like almost like the last 5 years if you watch the whole thing like a movie and didn't lose yourself for it and didn't participate in like fake wars or fake viruses or fake Obama movies that took like now the bridge and it's White Lion yelled to Boath, it's like what? It's like all this weird if you were watching the whole thing for the last 5 years like a movie, like if you just had your popcorn, would you be in a really good place?
Yeah. Yeah. Like in the beginning,
Yeah.
probably like, oh shit, holy wait. And then I have to take myself back, and be like, wait a minute. This
You
is
were
just a
watching
fucking movie.
you were
Yeah.
watching a movie. You were
Isn't it
watching
a movie though? Isn't it like
I
a production?
totally think it is, and that
Yeah.
is why, like,
Yep.
after participating
Production.
unknowingly, like, I've been an extra in a movie, and then I haven't gotten paid sometimes for being an extra in a movie, and then I've gotten paid a few times, and then I, like, totally participated in a movie and didn't even know I was participating, and then to back up again, and I needed to participate to not be loosed by the movie anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I need like, I asked to go to January 6th to see the movie and participate to be like, "Oh, you thought you knew." Like, you thought you knew, but this
Mhm.
is how close you had to come to the movie to say, "Oh, the
To
whole thing
really
is
see that it's a
a
movie.
movie."
Yeah.
Like, all of the
Mhm.
stuff is set up for you.
Yeah, sometimes you need to
Seriously,
catch
that's
yourself because I need to catch myself sometimes because I'll get so into it. I'm like, oh my God. Da, da, da. I'm like, whoa, Layla, this ain't healthy. Like, it even fucks with your mood, fucks with your mind, fucks with your attitude. No good. No good.
it does, and that's where reducing importance is so important because it's like be real. I mean, I don't want to be like nihilism or anything like that, but you do have to realize that nothing is all that important.
Yeah.
And so you
Detachment.
have to look at it as, yeah, vaudeville lifeline. It's a comedy. Shit. That's what I want to be on.
A tragic comedy.
I'm not taking in the tragedy.
I don't
Highest
it's
possible
not that
timeline.
and this sounds so shitty, but it's like you care about what you know. You care about what you don't know. You care about what's real. But everything that they try to tell you on the TV, everything they try to tell you on the news, this is why it's like you got to take the rug out of the thing before the media tries to sell you. If they're like, "Oh, Betty White's going to turn 100," kill that bitch.
Yeah.
Kill her in your head, laugh about it, kill her with your friends. Don't let them lose you with that shit. When they're like, "Oh, the Queen's Jubilee's coming up," kill that bitch. When they're like, "Oh my gosh, the Charles has cancer," kill him. Like, I just am like mentally, if you're like, "I'm having a really bad day, I really need to send some bad energy out there," kill Jay-Z and Beyonce. You could just send the energy out there. I'm not telling people to actually go kill
Yeah,
them
no,
every
yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you have all these thoughts in your intention. We run the timeline. Like, we are the creatures who
Period.
create. And so we dictate what happens. Like, we decide. They don't decide anymore. Like, they
Yeah.
lost their ability to decide, and their spell, whatever ritual they were supposed to do on whatever dates, they're not doing it in time. None
Yeah.
of them have happened. They haven't shown up for any of their rituals, and anyone that has ever looked into hoodoo, voodoo, santeria, any of these things, even a servitor, if you ask for something and it gives you the thing and you don't keep paying your whatever kind of tide you promise to give that thing, your life will fall apart. And
Yeah.
so these people could have gotten fame and they could have gotten riches and they could have gotten their political offices and they could have gotten their perfect castle, whatever thing. But I think whatever rituals they were supposed to take part in to pay homage to whatever these high deities are, I don't think they've made those rituals in time. And I think it's making all of their lives fall apart because they don't worship things. Like, they're not like us. Like, they've had to pay dark arts and dark magic for a long time to keep control. And now look at all these little ants are here with all their little, and they're all learning every day. I can manifest things past, I don't need a vision board. I can manifest things past money. I can manifest things. I don't need that as a currency. I can, like, people are starting to come into their own as they're like 11:11 on the clock. 11:11 on the clock. The universe is trying to show you how powerful you are. And you're just like, "What does this number mean?" The universe wants you to play. Stop looking at the internet and being like, "What does this angel number mean?" No, the universe is trying to get you pick something weird. The universe wants you to think out of the side of the box. You want to see a penguin with a blue towel? The universe will show you that thing. If you concentrate on it, it's wanting to show you how powerful you are. So the 1111 is just like a blinking light. If you're like, oh my God, every time I see a red cardinal, it reminds me of my grandma. I see so many red cardinals. I see so many red cardinals. Yeah, bitch, the universe knows you're lonely. Your grandma's around you trying to be like, wake up. You can call on any of these things that you want. I just feel like everybody out there is just like sitting there waiting for somebody else to do magic for them, or like trying to conjure something to do it. You can do it. You don't have to ask another entity.
So what do y'all think that everything is like all of this crumbling down? What do you think is like happening behind the scenes of that? Like not in like a world ending way. Is it like maybe to show the world a lesson? Like, hey, the new world is not going to have any of this. They're not going to have any pedophilia. So if you think about doing pedophilia or going into Hollywood and doing this, think again, everybody's going to be taken down. You think that's part of the agenda for like the new world? Or it just seems kind of crazy that it's all happening all at once, like da 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 da. And they give us this like thing, oh, it's all happening because, you know, da 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 is behind the scenes doing it. Maybe they're playing it out as if it's all happening, as if like you can't do this in the future because it's going to be a different type of world, to show an example.
I think that's just how the world's going to be. But what I really think is happening is that the they that we always talk about, they're trying to prevent it. I think they're trying to, like, last ditch effort to try to maintain control, and it's just not happening anymore. Like that's not where we're going. That's not where the earth is going. That's not where humanity is going. We are all moving up, and everyone is, not just the selective few, not the people who know, you know, and not the enlightened ones, and not the ones that are meditate and all that shit. Everyone is. We're all going. And so where we're going, there are no more secrets, there are no more lies, there's no more bullshit. And so it has to be exposed, because you can't freaking heal something until it's shown. So I think, I really feel like some of the times I feel like that's what the cloud seeding is doing, is like they're hiding their little energetic grid that they're trying to freaking keep us under control with, you know. And maybe that's really far-fetched, but maybe not.
Do you think
You ever see
that
grid lines in the sky? I feel like I do.
have?
So
Yep.
Yeah,
Saw him
I
today.
have. And we
I
are
think they're
like
just trying to maintain
Like
control, and
soft
I think it's crumbling.
disclosure. Like, are you saying like like in a way, I feel like the world was staring at Ghislaine, staring at Epstein, staring at Weinstein, and all this wasted ammunition. This Christian movie comes out, and everyone, the world wakes up to it that, oh, this human trafficking things happen. The guy that plays Jesus Christ is in it. Some of the world's not going to go see it. But then there's this other part of the world that nobody was paying attention to, that everything was still being done, that left and right, somebody that is the CEO of Rockefeller, she was pardoned because she also wore a wire to catch the big huge drug lord that everybody's talking about, who was like the Miami goddess drug dealer, and everyone was scared to say her name, and she was more powerful than Pablo Escobar. The lady that caught her wore a wire for the Fed, and she ends up becoming like the head bitch at Rockefeller Records. And she had all these court cases and all this shit, and Trump pardoned her. And she's all connected in the background of this other thing, and she already wore a wire to take down I think there's actually a clip of Pablo Escobar saying the scariest man he ever knows is this lady Blanca from Miami, like this one specific woman, the woman who took her down and wore a wiretap, because you know it takes a bad bitch to catch a bad bitch. The lady who took her down that becomes the head of this record company, she's an informant for the Fed already. You don't think she'll wear a wiretap at her weird P. Diddy white parties?
So aren't they aware of her though? Like, wouldn't they be aware of her and her things? Or maybe do they have some sort of blackmail on her, but the other side knows that there's blackmail on her? So they're like, hey, we know you got to do this thing. If you got to do what you got to do to get in there, do it.
I think
Kind of
that
thing.
the CIA always says that they'll do anything to keep America safe, even if that means sell drugs and guns. And I always just remind people anytime you hear those two terms together, drugs and guns, it always means humans 100% of the time. It doesn't mean whether they're talking about El Chapo, it doesn't mean whether they're talking about somebody having a channel for the Silk Road. If they say drugs and guns together, it's always humans as well. And so that's what I kind of think even the ship right now, the Dolly that's sitting in the middle of the water that needs other ships to come in and offload it. You don't think there's any humans in those containers?
Oh, for sure.
Like
was
all
it?
that stuff to me, why we're all watching the water and
The
staring
green.
at
Well,
this
it's
shipping
empty.
container.
What is the green one's called?
Evergreen.
Evergreen. There you go.
That's
said it
also
was-
Hillary's code name from the Secret Service.
Yes, it is. She's a fucking cunt.
And
They said that
yeah. Go on.
they said that
Corey.
the business that's being lost is $9 million a day. That bridge is not functioning because of all the logistics going through there. That stuff
Can I
isn't
just
getting.
ask some? These are
Corey,
Thomas questions because he's not here. So I'm going to go really
Yeah.
into my logic right now and ask these questions. Does California make any money from lighting its state on fire from federal emergency funds?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Does like Texas get any money from lighting their state on fire? Like if a state's broke, does it behoove them to have a national emergency?
Fuck yeah.
So was Maryland broke? That would be my question.
Oh, yeah.
Another
sure.
thing I know from being a welder is that every single bit of infrastructure in the United States of America, every bit of it was built for half the time and half the traffic. It doesn't matter if it's your plumbing, it doesn't matter if it's your bridge, it doesn't matter what roadway it is, it doesn't matter what city you live in. It was all meant to last 50 years or less and carry half the amount of traffic. Some of the infrastructure under us is 100 years old, and nobody in our generation or under has any skills to fix it. And all of the real metal that we used to have in our country and know how to make, and all the real parts that we used to know how to make, we now send out and get it sent back to us where it's called stainless steel, stamped from China, but it really is all cut like that same crack rock that is no longer pure cocaine. It's all cut, so it's going to rust later, and so it's not going to give it the same time where you hear that saying they don't build it like they used to. So this bridge that crumbles
Like
to
all the drywall that came over from China.
all of it, and because it's all not real, all the stainless steel houses that all your insurance
Yeah.
companies
baby
forced you all to
formula.
get your roofs on your stainless steel, all those roofs are going to rust.
The roof.
And
the
yeah,
roof
your
is
roof
on
is literally going
fire.
to be on fire. All the rebar inside your walls that had to be put
All the
there,
seal.
all that's going to rust. Like, but
Yep.
nobody, it's not the same rebar. So that's why you're better off buying an old anything, because it's going to have materials that are actually going to last. Where this bridge crumbles because it's carrying all that stuff. I bet Maryland's broke, and they've been in desperate need for another bridge in that area for quite some time, because that bridge was never supposed to carry the amount of traffic that it carried. And it
Mhm.
probably was already not high enough for the shipping containers to get underneath it. So they had to be so much lower stock. So it was probably one of the worst ports to go in and out of, because they could only get half the amount out of it because they
Yeah.
had to go under this fucking bridge. So I guarantee you there's blueprints in a company in Maryland that have already been in the works for this bridge project. And this was just meant to
Mhm.
go down because it's all part of the 666 lowercase BBB. We can't build back better unless it's broken.
Yeah, and a whole infrastructure talk. Oh, our infrastructure. We need to work on our infrastructure. Yeah. They're even talking about George Washington Bridge is like falling apart. Just out of nowhere, you'll see all these bridges just falling, and then what next?
Well, then it's also a whole big reason that it makes, imagine if we were all still locked in our houses waiting for a dreamy vaccine so that we'd be free. We'd be like, oh my gosh, this is even more so of a reason that I want to work from home, because everywhere out there is falling apart and so dangerous.
Yeah, that's what
Everyone's
they're trying to
sick,
create.
there's war,
More
there's
fear.
a whole bunch of immigrants that are carrying guns and raping everyone.
Yeah, girls being punched in the face as they're walking in New York City for no fucking reason. New York City, excuse me.
Where's the latest
New York
zombie
titties.
thing?
13
Did you
girls
get-
in one day got punched in the face as they were walking down the streets of fucking Manhattan. And if it were me, I would have ended up in jail for killing a motherfucker. Let them.
You don't need concealed carry in Oklahoma you can conceal carry without a permit. So that would never happen here.
It would never happen here
Let a
either.
motherfucker try. I would go
'Cause
for
you
their
can-
dick
Yeah,
first.
that never happened here.
You can open carry here, and you can get a knuckle sandwich or a pub sub.
Mhm.
No, I turn them into a female real quick. Clup, like real quick. I'll cut their dicks off. I don't give a fuck.
Around these parts, I can't even imagine. I would say if it happened to any female, like not even a broad like me, if it happened to any female, like there's so many dudes like Gordy that would be like enraged. Like it wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Yeah,
In the
not
South,
in New
we
York
don't
City,
have
apparently.
shit like that.
New York City is full of a bunch of fucking bitches seeing women get beat or like punched in the face, and y'all don't step in.
We only hit our girls here if you try to tell them twice.
Only if the dishwasher is broken.
Number
We only hit our
3,
girls
though.
here with a crop.
When they ask for it.
When they ask for it. When they're being naughty. When they're being Illuminati.
Illuminati.
I'm gonna put that body in Illuminati.
Illuminati.
If you guys want to, if you like any of the music that you ever hear here on Secret Society of Good Guys, except for the intro, you can all the other songs though, you can go to Sound Scientist on iTunes and Spotify now, because Thomas's side hustle, his side project of saying all these truths mixed up in songs is coming along. So if you like Tom Hanks' Plasma Bag or Big D Energy, you can find those now on Spotify or iTunes. And the funniest part, you can go on Instagram. So if you have a story, you can actually put it in there. And like the same way I'm telling you, like if you already know the elite's going to try to lose us with something, so we know Biden is not going to be the guy that runs. And we can all see ahead of time they're going to try to run Big Mike. So one of the reasons we made this song is that when she gets on stage, everybody's going to Big Mike. This song, it has nothing to do with a dollar. It's just a magic spell to make everyone in the world mock her as Big Mike and cheer her as Big Mike and everything. So the only anytime she tries to speak, we can hear it in the background. Big Mike, and they start chanting Big Mike at sporting events when they show her on screen, or if Obama's anywhere, people say, "Where's Big Mike?" Like we just want it to just be a thing, because this is how all the normies. It doesn't even
Wonder if Trump will
matter.
start saying something about Big Mike.
Well,
Yeah,
did
I
you
just
see
see
that
everyone.
video of that? Like, I think she was a black
Big
girl
D
on
Energy.
I guess an interview with Big Mike, and she's like, so us people who transitioned and whatever, and she's like, I don't know what you mean, like said it to Big Mike on an interview, like calling her
Really?
out, and then she started laughing after Michael tried to correct the other person in the interview, but like low key, that person interviewing Big Mike called her out on it like publicly, and she's like, I don't know about me, but yeah, for you, yeah. And I'm like, yo.
Whoa,
Oh
really?
yeah, for sure.
They're calling him out.
And then we had what's her face call her out like publicly, the one that got supposedly,
Rivers?
yeah, Joan Rivers.
Joan, R.I.P. Joan, rest in
What's
power.
RP, Joan?
Do you think she really died?
Well, Joan Rivers has her own weird sus. Like her husband died of a hanging, and she was like like Joan Rivers is up there with Lucille Ball with the amount of power she had. She almost got the Tonight Show. Like before Jay Leno got it, she almost got it, and that is huge. Like Joan Rivers somewhere played really big ball, and she came in like Howard Stern did her eulogy after she died, and she was like one of the Howard regs, and alone the two of them saved ETV. So the only way anyone met the Kardashians at all is because Howard Stern does his late night show, and Joan Rivers brings herself over there and does all these shows. So they save E enough for the Kardashians to get introduced to all of us. Otherwise, we'd never keep up with the Kardashians. And also, Chelsea Child Handler, which every single podcast right now, all those comedians, if they didn't come up on Joe Rogan, they came up on Chelsea Handler. So that's these two zeitgeists of these are all the smart people that are going to tell you everything now because Jon Stewart made the comedians your newscasters.
Yeah.
At the same time that Obama took away Smith Mundt, Jon Stewart became your newscaster. So we started to trust and all say, the comedians are the only ones telling us the truth. When in reality, the news was always supposed to give us the unbiased opinion of everything. If they said black, they had to give white the same amount of time. If they said blue, they had to give red the same. It didn't matter what the opinion was. If they said abortion, they had to talk about no abortion. And so it's just like somewhere when we could start being propagated, that's where you see the Jon Stewart, the Joe Rogan, the Mark Maron, the, Ellen, the Rosie, the View. It all becomes like this rush of entertainment with information.
So why all these body doubles? Well, I try to wrap my brain around why would they need body doubles for all these characters, and I still can't find the.
Can I tell you a black pill conspiracy?
Do it, please.
This is one I haven't heard. Shout out to Daddy Alex, who will be joining the show soon. She is in the middle of a move from O-Town to Miami, back to Miami. And
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, it's
Bienvenido a
perfect.
Miami.
It'll be pre her birthday, and she's Aries for Aries. So anyways, her conspiracy, and it's kind of black pilled, and it's just a good one because I've never heard it before. So you know how I always like one I never heard. So you know how we keep like if you go super glittery red pilled, you know how I'll be like, whatever. If any of the Q kids out there are saying JFK Jr.'s alive, I'm saying Michael Jackson's alive.
Yeah.
Like if they're saying that, I'm saying this. And then if there's somebody in the UK, they're like, if Cheney's saying Michael Jackson's alive, I'm saying Princess Diana's alive. And then somebody in hip hop's like, if they're saying Princess Diana's alive, I'm saying Tupac's alive.
Or
So
Elvis.
we're playing this game, right? Or Elvis is alive.
Mhm.
So
Donald Trump is
Alex goes, what if all those people are alive and this is how they get us to accept the clones? And I was like, you got me, girl.
Death becomes her of it all.
Yeah, like this is how they get us to accept, like, look at what we can do, you guys. We can recreate you. These are all them.
Yeah, like imagine like 15 years, like guys, I'm actually a clone, and here's a real body
Yeah.
of whatever, and
You
I
can
was
do
just
this too. You can Westworld yourself right into your own avatar. These people are them. This is look at Walt Disney. He was cryogenically frozen. This is Walt Disney. And like his family's around to validate that it feels like him in the
They're actually
Kardashians.
trying to do that right now. The whole chronology, whatever you just said, I don't know the word.
Cryogenics,
Yeah, but they're
Cryogenic.
trying to do that with us, just regular people now, and they're trying to like get people to come in and freeze their bodies. And yeah, supposedly they have the technology to get, what's his name, Disney alive, but they're saying now that they still don't have the technology. So maybe in 10, 15 years, you'll be able to resuscitate yourself.
It's a first in or last out rule, though. Thomas always clarifies this. So if you were to go in now, you'd get unfrozen before Disney.
You think?
That's what the rule is supposedly with the cryogenics is like if you were frozen yesterday and we discover the thing today, you get unfrozen first.
Oh, wow. So that defeats the purpose, though. I don't want to be unfrozen right away.
Well, maybe you could sign a different contract.
I thought that's the rule. Like if they find it, they'll resurrect
I don't
you.
know. That's just what he says about the cryogenics thing. Do you think there's anything with the Dali sheep and the cloning and the Dali ship? I know everybody's talking about Salvador Dali and the links to him and the Rothschilds because their like 1972 party was all abstract and that kind of look with their masks.
This is so
Well,
weird.
what about the thing about dollies is that they're fake and they have no life.
Huh.
Like
Isn't that
Dolly?
They're
interesting?
Oh,
replicas.
Dolly's.
They are
Dolls.
replicas, but there is no life. They're inanimate without life.
Huh. That is interesting. Salvador Dali. The Salvador Dali Museum is in Florida.
Salvador.
That
Is
a
it?
that is a very fun thing to do if you were to do
I do
mushroom.
love dollies. I bet. I bet
Allegedly.
that is fun. Mm,
But I know
I
the
like Salvador Dali. I
bridge
like it,
painting.
Wasn't he a weirdo and a pedophile or something like that?
probably.
I think this is a good segue.
They say,
Oh, go ahead, finish.
oh no, I know nothing about Salvador Dali. I
I
just
think
like his
this
art.
is a great segue that Salvador Dali, his art, in my opinion, is the closest thing to rendering of the AI art that we see now.
Yeah.
And it
I
would make
agree.
me think of a conversation that Abby and I have been having that's really been fucking blowing my mind, that was first talked about in our actual in real life episode in Orlando, of the AI making the hands and the symbols in when you ask it to do something look like dream symbols and dream hands. So then we were talking about the Russian dream hackers. And I don't want to just be like, here, Abby, take it. If you're like, I don't know where to take it. But
Salvatore
yeah, go
Dali,
in.
I heard about him, Salvatore Dali. Sorry, before you guys get into that, they said that he took all of his inspirations from African art and African, you know, whatever that they had in ancient times, and he just reconstructed it, repurposed it, or renewed it on paper and ink and paint and whatnot. So it's like not his authentic stuff. It's all ancient stuff that's already in the past that he's taken and made present and named it after himself. So I don't know. But yeah, dream hackers.
Well, we're kind of making the parallels because, yeah, when we were in Florida, or at our IRL episode, there's a moment when Thomas and I looked at each other and like, because when you look at your hands in a dream, they don't always look right. And like first time I consciously found my hands in a dream, in a lucid dream, my fingers were fused together. And so I was like, it reminds me of the AI art. And then Thomas said, what about the words being like, because the words are never right in a dream. Like you can read a sign and it's like it'll change letters or it doesn't make sense, but that is like AI too, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like both like, what the fuck? Maybe the dream realm is all just like AI. Maybe we're all freaking robots, right? But then Thomas and I had another little thing where we were talking, and I just did an episode of the Reality Transurfing podcast with Owen, and we were
Mhm.
talking heart and mind, and basically like to pull anything out of the quantum field, you have to have the perfect balance of heart and mind. Basically your heart, like if you think of the quantum field or you think of, the dream space, because it's the same thing, as basically like a big map, right? Your mind can't get you to a destination. It can get you, it will never find the destination. You need the heart to be the one that finds, it's your navigator. It will find the location for you. Your mind can never do it. Your mind can get you moving, but it will never get you to your destination. You have to have the heart to do that. And so in Reality Transurfing, the author says that science has never replicated the heart. They can replicate the mind with computers and stuff. So kind of had this whole thought like, well, what if they created a computer that does replicate the heart so it can pinpoint the locations? But then Cheney and I were talking about this, and she was like, but what if AI is just gaslighting and it's actually doing the fucked up hands and stuff and all the weird letters and stuff to try to incept our dreams?
Like, if it's all Russian
Right.
dream hackers, then if they let us have this information, they've already figured out a superior way about the information. So our dreams have already been hacked. And so if all of us now are playing with the computer art and we're giving it hey, can you make me Layla standing under a bridge on a starry night? And it makes Layla, and I'm like, no, can you make her hair a little curlier? No, her hands are weird. No, and I start giving it these prompts, or it fills in prompts. Do you want Layla with swirls like this painting? It'll actually pick a style now of it's becoming the few artists we're allowed to know. It's like, how does art or books or anything become pop culture? So it's feeding us only these few information. And so as I pick it almost like a captcha, I'm also implanting and seeding myself with playing with this. So I'm giving it a little bit of my heart, like contouring this idea, but also doing it and playing with it. I'm going to sleep that night, and who knows what power I'm giving it in that like 11 state of the upside down.
What if they're uploading consciousness in the AI and using human consciousness to ask AI in like dream state, and that's what it's creating? What if they're doing that? It kind
Say
of
it
makes
again.
sense. Like, let's say, like, because they know how to like upload consciousness into a system. What if they're using these souls, these consciousness, and uploading them into these AI systems, and each one is designated a certain AI or consciousness, and it's in that dream state of, oh, what if you can create this, and what if you can create that? Since our dreams kind of create the AI images, what if this is just human consciousness that they're using part of their AI system, and we're not realizing this
Like
because
the test models,
they
like
use
0.3,
melanin.
0.4, like these, and that's how quickly they're growing. They're taking like what you're saying, like the heart or these ideas, actual souls, and it's like they're making a little algorithm out of it. And so it's like, then we're seeing the next one because more people have played with these spirits in the AI, and then
Yeah,
we're seeing
because
the next one.
in the AI, they use melanin. They extract melanin from people, and they use a lot of the melanin to create this AI technology to make it super advanced. And this is like part of the secret of the, human trafficking and organ trafficking. But a big part of it is melanin. It's not just Black people, but everybody has melanin in it, and there's different types of melanin. So melanin also has like a type of its own entity in a sense, like
It's
its
why
own
Haiti's so
intelligence.
important.
Okay.
Yeah.
The dark Haiti, there's a spot in Africa and Haiti, and they're the darkest people on the planet. And so their melanin is so rich. Some people have a theory that there's a comet, like something like a crystal or something under Haiti too, that it gives this other thing. But we all your freckles, anyone in the sun, it's the gathering of your melanin. So if you have freckles that gather, you probably have white spots in other places if you're pale, because your skin can only gather so much melanin as a white person. But the white, this is really what I think it is, the trifecta. It's our adrenaline, our adrenochrome. Like they figured out a way to harvest that. It's our melanin, and they figured out a way to harvest that. And I can't figure out what this word means. I don't think it's a broken hymen or a cut off tip of penis. I don't think but there is something with virgin's blood. This is a specific thing that I can't figure out the full spell. I don't think it's a sexual thing. It's bigger than that. And it makes me think like an unblemished cow with these red heifers. They never wore a yoke. It makes me think like, oh, maybe to never be in a union, never to have signed a contract, because the contractual yoke would be the biggest metaphor I can think of. And they say like, in the Bible, like an unyoked marriage would be spiritually that you're uneven with each other. And so it just makes me think like, is there something else with the word virginal that we're missing? And that is the third substance besides adrenaline and melanin.
Well, usually it would be a female virgin, right? I mean, I feel like a lot of virgin sacrifices are always female. But
In some cultures it was male. There was a big huge thing, especially with the weather, like when it was for weather gods, where they were like, oh, if you want the sun to come back or us to be fertile, because it's whatever the least amount is. So at a time, for a male to make it all the way to like the point we would sacrifice, it wouldn't be like a day old for it to make it through the like first parts, like girls were hardier. So for you to be like a week old male, very quickly girls outlive boys. Like, so it would be a more rare. So then if you would be a redhead or super dark, that might be more rare in your area. If you were green-eyed, that would be the biggest rarity. This is why you start seeing this in movies. It doesn't matter the culture, where it's like we have to, like Big Trouble in Little China, we have to have the green-eyed girl. Like, it's because it's the rarest baby. And
Well,
so
here's another
if
thing.
you're going to sacrifice to the gods, you want to give the rarest baby. And real quick, it doesn't necessarily have to be out of my womb. I could be a poor person and you guys could have a bidding war for my baby, because the gods don't care what baby you bring as long as you bring a baby.
Yeah,
So
with that,
it's like the rarer thing the richer could afford.
so back in our ancient culture, you know the symbol of the moon and the star, the crescent. On the gravestones of many of these babies, they sacrifice their firstborn children. This is a known fact. Your firstborn child, something about the firstborn child, male or female, it was sacrificed for a gain for something. It's like, I will give up my firstborn because
Yeah,
there's something
first fruits.
special. Yeah, so it's something to that, and that was a symbol of that, like the I guess the sacrifice, the what's it called? What Jesus went through?
Crucifixion.
Yeah, it's like a crucifixion.
Mm.
Well, because even, what was it, Isaac, Abraham? I don't remember which one. I always mix them up. But he took Abraham. He took Isaac up to be, and allegedly
I
it was
started
Ishmael
singing the
too.
song in
'Cause
my
Ishmael
head.
was, yeah, Father Abraham. That one.
And I was
May
on
the
mute.
sons- may the sons say, Father Abraham, may the-
But back to the whole virgin sacrifice, virgin's blood. Um, and I'm not saying that this is absolutely true, but they say that every person that a female has had sex with, she has their DNA in her body still.
Yeah, that's very true.
So if that is true, then virgin's blood wouldn't be tainted by any other DNA. It would just be her own.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's true for male. I would think probably not so much, but it's definitely plausible. But
I know, it's so interesting. Like the rarity of a virgin. But then it seems like, honestly, if the older the virgin would be, the bigger sacrifice.
Yeah.
So where you
Mhm.
have like, that 30-year-old virgin, when they have shows like that, you almost wonder, like,
What was it, 40-year-old virgin?
40-year-old
if there's
virgin,
like
yeah.
certain virgins that go to the gynecologist and they're like, "Oh no, honey, it's fine. You're 32," and then they go out of the room and they shut the door and they're like, "I got one."
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oopsie, let me just put this thing in you, even though
Oh
you're a
my God.
virgin.
I got a
Fucking weird
joke,
world.
but I don't know if I'll ruin it or not because I remember
No,
it
do
from
it.
like a really, really long time ago. Okay, well, I might screw up the punchline just because it's been so long. So there's this 70-year-old woman and she's having issues, right? She sees little bugs down there. So she goes to the doctor and she tells the doctor, I think I got crabs, but I don't understand. I'm a virgin. And the doctor's like, well, okay, well, let me check you out. So he checks her out and he goes, well, do you want the good news or the bad news? And she goes, well, I mean, just tell me, what is it, doctor? And he goes, well, you don't have crabs. That's the good news. He goes, the bad news is your cherry's rotted and you've got fruit flies.
Oh,
I remember the
God.
joke. I'm so proud of myself.
Eesh. Oh, my God.
Layla, do you think if you had fruit flies, would that be called a pussy?
Yeah.
A pussy would not be the first best thing you ever put in your mouth.
Oh, my God.
It's so horrible. I'd rather eat gator tail.
A pussy.
Would you rather eat gator tail or frog legs?
Gator tail.
Gator
Frog
tail.
legs. Frog legs.
sound
I like frog
swamp
legs.
water or sound like
Yeah.
pond
I've
There's
water.
a
had
place
'em.
right by my house that they sell both those things, and they are top notch apparently. I won't eat either of those things.
I
There,
don't
I've
think
eaten
I'll do
gator
that
tail enough in
either.
my life. I don't like
It's not my
chewy.
cup of tea.
Chewy is not my texture, and catfish is not my fish.
Oh, I like
But that's
catfish.
all like southern
Yeah,
stuff, deep fried.
I like catfish too. Mm. I know they're
So
bottom feeders.
Shrimp,
yeah,
Is that why you want to eat them?
no, I
crawfish.
don't like that. One time,
Was
this
it
is
the
really what
texture?
happened. I'll tell you guys what happened. One time in elementary school, there was a fillet of fish. And I don't recall ever having issues with fish. I would eat fish all
I
the
did
time.
too.
I was a regular Florida girl. I was in the 4th grade and I remember opening up my fish like patty, and inside of it was all this silver. Everything I pulled open, it was just silver and silver and silver. And
Mercury.
I'd never seen that anywhere before. And I was like, went to my teacher and I was like, what in the fuck is wrong with this fish? I was like pointing it out to other kids at my table. Like, oh my gosh, you guys, look at this is bad. They're like, all fish
Oh
is
no.
like that. It's iridescent.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's because the oil's in it.
The flesh?
And the iridescence because comes from the oils in it.
I know fish scale.
I don't know what it's just sometimes
Yeah, that weirded me out too. Okay, I was never a fish person.
I never went back.
I
I never
love
went back.
fish.
And so everything, the word, like when people say this isn't fishy, they're like, you should try mahi, you should try this whitefish, you should try what, you
Grouper.
know. The word fishy to me is like gamey. If you use that to describe food,
Nah,
go.
same.
It shouldn't
I
look
don't
like
want that
that
on
though.
my palate.
No.
Yeah.
Like oysters. Oh, it tastes like the sea. I don't want to taste the sea. I want to taste the freshness, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I like
don't wanna-
sushi. Like good raw, like a really good quality meat though. A really good quality raw tuna or raw salmon is fantastic.
Y'all, who do we think we are though sometimes? Like the human race. Okay, we think of animals as non-intelligent, non-soul. They feel, they have their own intelligence within their animal kingdom group. Like, who are we to say that, oh, we're allowed to eat these animals because some book said so? Or are we really supposed to eat it? And I'm not saying like vegan and all that, but like really think about it for like 1 second. Like, are we supposed to eat these beings? Like, who, like, are we God? Like, are we the ones to make these choices? Are we allowed to say that we're allowed to eat these? Like, I don't know. I feel hurt sometimes. I look at a lamb video and I'm like, oh my God, but I love how you taste. But like that face, you know,
It
like
depends
I
on
feel
your
like
relationship with that animal.
if there's
Like
any merit at all to like the history that we're told and that there was an ice age, then I just go back to that. Humans never would have survived an ice age if they didn't eat flesh.
yeah.
Never could
I
have
just
done
think
it.
it depends on what part of the world you're in. Like
Yeah.
it's fishing just seems like it would have been like one of the very first things that we were up to. Stealing eggs
Yeah.
would have
Or
been we would have stole eggs. We would have
okay.
figured out how to cook them.
So you look at a lamb, you're like, without even tasting, you're like, oh, that looks like it'll taste good. Like what
Right?
are like none of these animals look like when they're alive, like I would want to
Like
eat
I
them.
want to eat you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I
so
think
weird.
I think all the animals on the planet are just teachers to us. And my guess is we saw a tiger, we saw a wolf, we saw these other animals eat these animals, and we
Mhm.
saw their strength. And so we were like, oh, they're
We're
eating that.
robots.
Like,
We're robots.
Because that's the thing is that,
Fuck.
a lion isn't going to freaking even feel bad about eating the gazelle. It's not going to feel bad about eating the baby gazelle. It's going to eat the gazelle for lunch and it's going to be like, damn, that was good. Like, that's all it's thinking. And I'm not saying that we should be like that, but I'm just saying, like, we are probably the only species that does feel bad about what we eat.
We're robots. I swear. It's weird.
I
We
think
are
robots
something.
are us. Like they want to be
Yeah.
us so bad.
I don't know. We're fucking weird. Humans are weird. I love us, but like we're fucking weird. When you look at it, like just not look at yourself as a human for 1 second and just look at everything and just watch humans. I think we're fucking weird. Like the way we do things nowadays, I'm just like, yo, we're a weird species. Like, we're probably gods or some kind of
I
fucking.
know it sounds so crazy, and I think like some of those old sayings of like, I brought you into this world, I could take you out of it. I almost imagine that a mother brings you into this world, but a mother was also the first thing to kill to feed her baby.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was the first. I think no matter the animal, I think it killed to feed its young. And so there isn't really an animal in the wilderness. I mean, there's like prey animals, but then there's like so many other animals that are like they're risking their life to feed their young or killing for their young.
Yeah.
Strange.
And I think humans just watched other animals and learned from them. I think we took in from other animals. I think other animals watched other animals and like they didn't learn from other animals, just however many number of them go missing and then the animal had to adapt. I think that we never were forced to adapt. We learned and that's how we adapted. I think that it's like different than other animals.
Then I ask the question, why don't apes eat like fleshy animals, but only go towards the fruit since they're very
No, they
learning?
do. They're
Oh,
not.
they
I
do?
don't think that they're all vegetarian. Yeah, bears aren't
I
either.
think
Bears
just
eat both.
gorillas. I think just gorillas are vegetarian.
Huh.
The
The
biggest
biggest
one.
one?
Yeah, I think just the gorilla, like the elephant, I think just they're vegetarian.
That is so odd to me. Doesn't that make you ask questions? Like, since especially the elephant having such a big brain and learns so much from its surroundings, why wouldn't it eat fleshy things?
Maybe there's all big fauna.
But
when
we're
the
not those
elephant was
things.
going.
We're half predator too.
See, and I would look at animals. I would look at the lamb and see. I realize that we can like shave the lamb, but if I was in a cold space and I would sit there and see like a hairy ass animal, furry ass animal, and they're surviving well in the cold, I maybe wouldn't be looking at them as food. I'd be looking at them like I'm gonna wear that.
Yeah. Nuts.
And it's kind of weird to think of elephants and their nose being built the way it is probably, like, yeah, they can grab stuff like giraffe from up high and blah 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 and but they can also probably, or they used to hold their breath for long periods of time or be able to walk across because of how heavy they were, rivers and waterways that no other animals could cross. So it was probably like, yeah, they had this like snorkel and they were heavy and weighted. So even things they could catch and eat out of the water. And then they probably got to such a size for so long that they didn't have to really worry about any predators and probably watching how big, huge elephants were taken down, like how wolves would take them down or lions would take them down. That's probably how humans learned how to work together. Like watching those animals. That's why when they're like, oh, dog's man's best friend, I actually think we learned how to work together by watching them. I don't think they learned so much by watching us. They just learned like, oh, that meat's good cooked. I bet if I sit by the fire, that witch will give me some of it. That's a good Florida tangerine. Where'd you get that from? India?
India?
Probably from China.
China. It's a mandarin orange. You know,
It's a
I have found this
Mandarin
out.
China.
Dole is the only company that cans their fruit, their mandarin oranges in America. All the other mandarin oranges get canned in China.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's in there?
Mm-hmm. Never eat the
Being
canned stuff.
mandarin orange obsessed.
I am orange obsessed. I am
I don't know if you
obsessed with
this.
this. I don't know if you saw that. So my mother has this thing. It's a perfect little
Oh yeah, we know about those. We're
orange
Floridian.
thing, right?
Oh,
I forgot about these things. But this is how, in theory, you can kind of say that the earth is flat and round at the same time. So we clearly have a ball here, right? Do you know the shape of the F hole on a violin or a guitar or a hollow body guitar? It's that kind of two balls and the swirl shape, right?
Wait, a what guitar?
Like a hollow body electric guitar or a violin or a stand-up bass. You know that shape?
Mm-hmm.
of a
That is
lady.
it does kind of resemble a lady
Hourglass.
also. It's very hourglassy, but it's this shape right here. Wait, let me see if I can get it on cam. It's hard
I
to
was
do with.
staring at Gordy like I wish I had mandarin orange in my mouth. Like I was craving it and craving it. I forgot I had a whole bowl of mandarin.
How you forget
This
your most
shape.
favorite fruit?
I know.
This shape
I
right
moved
here.
it.
You know what I'm saying? You know that shape?
You mean the music note thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what that's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Yeah, on a violin, it's called an F hole.
The fuck hole?
That's what
No,
I
it's
thought when you said F hole too.
resemble, yeah, but it's a ball.
A ball.
Geometry.
Do you think there's times that if the earth was shaped like you say, that sometimes it expands very, very far away? So maybe there's like very, very far away. And then other times it spins really, really close together. And maybe like the eclipse and everybody saying, oh, this eclipse isn't in the right signs. You guys, we shouldn't be having an eclipse. If this is even able to happen, these things, like I see all those, what if all of it's different because on that 71 year, because we have that comet going by too. And so
Mhm.
the royals like to do everything on the 71-year comet cycle. And then it's Mercury retrograde as well. So we have that Cupid entering there. I'm sure Saturn's probably doing something. Venus,
What
the
about
morning
two
star.
suns?
That's what they said back when, that if there were ever going to be two suns in the sky, it was because Betelgeuse was so active, and that if Betelgeuse exploded, we'd have two suns. Betelgeuse 2 is coming out.
Thank you.
Ooh.
And so I shouldn't say it again.
Beetlejuice,
Mm.
Beetlejuice,
Mhm.
Beetlejuice.
Oh no. Fool your friends,
Oh.
fool your boys, fun and party.
Dude, I even posted
Beetle
a clip
orange, beetle
recently.
breakfast, Beetlemeyer, Beetlejuice.
Beetle
Your name's
fruit?
Beetlejuice. One more.
Mm.
I fucking love that movie. But I heard because of stupid Alec Baldwin going and killing a Russian spy on the movie Rust. Now I don't think Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are going to be in it. It's just going to be
Aren't they?
Lydia on Wednesday.
There's this new show called Three Body
Oh.
Problems. Okay. And you guys have to see this clip because it's so fucking interesting. And they talk about two suns and they talk about humans and how we are the motherboard that makes everything move and predict things. Dude, this is such an interesting clip. I don't know if I should put it on or not, but it's like 50 seconds. But it explains how they can use humanity to foresee the future, to create the future or whatever. And I think it's called, I forgot what they call it. Should I play it?
Sure.
Yeah.
The audio.
All right. Hold on. Abacus. There you go. Abacus.
I can't hear it.
Hold on.
Science I call calculus to predict the movement of the sun, and these calculations are performed by my great human abacus.
So down below, it looks like a grid, like a motherboard. I wish you could play it like on the big screen.
13 million.
What movie is it called or show?
It's called Three Body Problem. I posted on my Instagram the clip that like wowed me, but it's fucking interesting. It's like a bunch of humans and they have these white and black paddles and they flip them and a code comes out in like square grid magic, and this way that they can conjure like future events or whatnot, and they created a human abacus. And abacus is, I'll tell you what it means. It's pretty interesting.
Abacus?
Abacus, there you go.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what? An abacus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So like a human computer.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I keep telling people, that that's all the computer is. And that's why they want to sell us the word democracy, is because all the computer can do is no matter how smart the computer
Can
is,
only
it's
replicate.
just a statistic machine. It is just replicating the 51% always.
You're right.
And so it's like it can be a statistic machine at a level that a human brain can't understand, but it's not predicting the future. But here's that dark forest.
Yeah, it's called Three Body Problem.
Or
it's pretty interesting.
Why did this pull up? Three Body Problem.
Yeah, I have the clip on my Instagram if y'all want to see it.
Go to GodPillAngel333 and GodPillAngel33. Follow our Instagram.
Word.
And then you can check out that video clip, because I don't want to find the thing and play it.
Oh, and
I'm
then
like,
we
who
get
knows
taken
what'll get us
down.
pulled down.
Fucking A.
Who knows? But do make sure you're going over to @Secret Society of Good Guys on YouTube, and make sure you put the @ sign in and put it all together so you find it. But subscribe to that channel just so we can always talk about whatever we want to talk about. And if YouTube pulls us down, you'll be able to find us live on Friday nights.
You know what movie I want to rewatch?
What one?
Monsters. About that movie where they're in this like maze house and all these like spirits like go through the house. You guys remember that movie? You don't remember it? It's like this house that's like a huge maze, and they have all these like ghost-like characters or dead-like characters. And then all of a sudden, in one part, they have two kids in the middle, and all of a sudden, and each monster was on a zodiac sign, and they had this thing spinning around it. I was like, oh my God, I totally forgot about how fucking crucial that part of the scene was with the astrological signs and the 13 different spirits, I guess. I guess they're the representative of each planet, these monsters, each one. So like, I want to revisit that movie again, because I was a kid when I seen it, but it's very, very interesting. You
A
guys know?
monster movie I was thinking about lately is Nightbreed. You ever seen Nightbreed? It was a Danny Elfman. It was one of Danny Elfman's first soundtracks, I think, like one of the first big ones. But it was like a horror movie with, I think it was a John Carpenter story, but there were all these different monsters, and he had to go underground, and the guy had to turn into a monster. He had to realize that he was one of the monsters, that he was like the king monster.
You guys have said monster so many times. I'm feeling Abby's yawn.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's all I started to hear. And I was like, what's happening? If you guys want to watch the monster episode of Secret Society of Good Guys, it's somewhere below.
I think we already did that one.
I know. I'll put it on the link that you can find after. No, I don't promise to do any of that.
I promise to do nothing.
We diddied.
We did
Scott
we daddled.
Cambridge. I do think it's interesting. the Scott Key of it all, the Statue of Liberty. Like, there's so many signs in our face, or the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
The Star Spangled Banner. But it is also a keystone. And a glittery red pill, the last thing that I can recall that happened this week, but it just happened today, is that Lou Gossett Jr. died.
Oh, really?
And Lou Gossett Jr. was in two movies that like stick out so heavily in my brain. One of them was called Enemy Mine, where he went to
Sorry.
like another planet, and it's a Dennis Quaid in it, and he goes to another planet and there's an alien there, but the alien itself is a hermaphrodite, and so it gives birth, like it can impregnate itself like Madonna, I guess, or a Virgin Mary, but the alien that Lou Gossett Jr. plays impregnates himself and then has a child, which I think is really interesting. Another crazy movie that is very in sync with everything going on with the Keystone Bridge, with that I would give like tons of credit to Anons about, is that Lou Gossett Jr. is in a movie called Iron Eagle. And Iron Eagle, if you ever are geeking out on the Q maps, I will say, is something listed all through the post with Godfather 3, Iron Eagle, Alice in Wonderland. These are like listed together all the time. So, and they go back to the original Q post, so that even if you get Anons that'll argue that Q split off into two separate voices at a certain time, these are all the like 2017 and early 2018 posts. These are like the original ones. So I do think it's interesting that everything that's been going on this year has been very specific for deltas left and right on their thing. And so whether that's a psyop or not, if you had the idea of like, you're watching a movie, don't let any of this shit lose you. Eat your popcorn, sit back, and and where everyone's like, oh, they want you to do nothing. They want you to do nothing. No, most of the people that are really relaxed, they have guns. They're prepared. Like, they're like, let the UN come, let China come, like,
Yeah.
let the aliens come, let Biden come. They're like just sitting. So it's like, I think preparation really does alleviate panic. Like, when you have good people around you, when you have a good skill set, when you have already, you know how to live without power, you have enough food to feed your animals and family, and you don't need forever food. You just need enough.
Yeah.
Like, you can take care of yourself through you're not going to be able to take care of yourself through a winter, but winter's over. Winter's over. And I think seasonal depression's real. And so people are going to have that peel away as well.
I go through it, even though I don't experience a full winter. It's something about the cycle, the winter solstice or something.
And we're all attached. So
Mhm.
like everyone like feels it, like the winter beat down. And like everybody loved it. Like, even the fucking psyop of spring forward and fall back and all that bullshit. And everyone's so like, daylight again. Why do we let them do this to us? Like, if we can't control this one little simple thing, why do we keep playing time zone games?
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's too much. Don't make me spring ahead or fall back and then we are under some loosh on some weird day. No, I don't want to play that anymore.
Wouldn't that be wonderful though? Like, just to be able to not have to have a clock, not to live with just no clock, no phones for a while.
Yeah, like,
Just
why does
listen.
a day have to be like just a day? Why can't the daytime be like a day and the nighttime be a day? But we have
That's
it
what I
split
really
up.
liked about what's his name? Dennis Rodman. I read his fucking biography way back when, autobiography. It was called Bad as I Wanna Be. And the one thing that always stood out to me is that he said he would never ever own a timepiece. He's like, time starts when I get there. He's like, I will never be controlled by time. And I thought that was really fucking badass.
Dennis Rodman, he's like an original Pete Davidson too, that was passed around to all the celebrities, and
Yeah.
he was a black man in a dress. He also played for
Yeah.
the Chicago Bulls under number 23, 32, 23. They always wear that number, so it's LeBron James or Michael Jordan, but he was part of the Chicago Bulls when they won their triple championship with MJ and Yeah.
Rodham.
Dennis Rodman. Yeah, Dennis Rodham
Rod.
Clinton.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like,
Yeah, Dennis
Hillary.
Rodman. But he was with Carmen Electra.
Whatever happened to her?
She probably has a Kim Kardashian face right now. She's probably playing Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. I know Carmen. She was a Prince girl. That's how we met Carmen
Was she
Electra.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
she was one
yeah.
of the
That's
Prince
right.
broads. She was a Prince broadie, but she got passed around too. She's a Hollywood pass around.
I believe it.
Carmen
Yeah.
Electra, but she's a girl with a fake name.
Yeah, because Prince
Oh,
gave it to
yeah.
her. Her name is like Tanya or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Tanya Katane.
Tanya. Yeah. Okay.
No, just kidding. Tanya Katane is a whole different. If
That's a
Tanya
whole-
something
Katane,
like that. She
Tanya
has
Whole
something
different
about
Katane's real name is
lion-faced
Julie.
weirdo. Yeah.
She has a total white girl name, and Prince changed her into Carmen
Holy shit.
Electra.
Here's to bring it all back around. Tawny Katane was in a video and that she became famous for a band
White.
called White Lion. White
White
Lion.
snake. White snake.
Oh, White Snake. Fuck, White Lion was the other one. Never mind. I
No,
was about
White
to be
Lion
like,
was the one that burnt down in New
Yeah.
Hampshire.
that was the false flag.
Yeah.
You could probably look it up and see what date that White Lion Club burnt down in New Hampshire, and it would probably all link up to this. It's probably really close to this bridge. We'd probably be like, huh, look at that White Lion Club. And it, because the world left behind that Obama movie with Julia Roberts, with Julia Roberts.
Julio.
Julio Roberts.
For all the girls I loved before.
Yeah, I was
Julio
gonna say the
Iglesias.
ship that crashed in that movie was White Lion, and then it crashed into like Sri Lanka or something. And then they had a big statue on it, but it's the serpent with the lion's head, which is Yalda Boath.
Yeah.
The
So I just think
demiurge.
how it all, yeah, demiurge at the
Demiurge.
company, Big Mike.
Big Mike. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. I'm a girl.
I hung like a llama.
I hung like a llama.
All right, you guys. I think we have the best chat and the best audience.
Yeah,
and
we
love
do.
you.
Yes.
And thank you for listening. And all of you that are going to wake up and start this, thank you. Thank you.
Love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yes, thank
And
you.
always.
Thank you for showing up. You make our week. Do you guys have anything else to drop on shooting the golden shit? Since there was so much happening in the crazy world of conspiracy and we couldn't come up with the topic this week. And half of our, Thomas had to get his beauty sleep. He has a big day tomorrow. He's going to be signing comics, hanging out with Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
The Chaos Twins are out tomorrow.
Y'all are gonna have
Yeah,
fun.
good for him, man.
Y'all are gonna have fun tomorrow. That's gonna be awesome.
So much fun. So if you guys are in the Florida area, swing by and say hi. And I will be there too. You can meet Julia, the wifey.
If anybody's interested in lifestyle fitness coaching, hit me up because I think I'm going to start taking online clients. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
why
And this
not?
is good.
Yes.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
help with your body or your mind or dreams
period.
or a little of both. Abby
you
is a good
go.
person to help you out with that. And yeah, one day I will show you my arms. They're a work in progress. I haven't been doing and look at Layla's arms.
Jiggle
She-
it.
Mine probably jiggle now too because I'm like 17 pounds up or maybe more.
I know, and I am gonna go back to the other thing, I think, because I do like the overlays and stuff better where we're closing out. It doesn't let me pull up any of your guys' comments on the closeout. It doesn't let me put up other pictures over it. So it's like, what? I can't put Reggae Britney over this? What is
I know.
what is
I really
life?
do like Restream a little bit better. I like this. I like having the chat on the side. I like seeing it, but I don't know. Something about the Restream seems more arty.
Yeah, it was more set up.
It
It was
flows.
like kind of I like that. Oh, cool. This one has moving backgrounds sometimes that I can put on. I don't really
But
care
that's
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm like, sometimes we're not even like that. Sometimes you don't even see the background.
Yeah.
So Yeah, these are all the technical things that are like whatever for you guys out there. But all right. I love you guys. Thank you for
All right.
watching
Love you
as
guys. Thank
Boy,
you.
always.
boy.
Dulce
And we
sueños.
will see you guys Sunday.
Sunday,
Just
Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday.
if Layla started her period, and if you feel like it, go
Not
over to
yet.
Hillary Clinton's page or anyone's page and post some truth. Go to
Yeah.
if you're gonna take in mainstream media or Netflix or whatever you're gonna take in that's theirs, comment on it, write a thing, and write something that you think is true. Who cares if it's a
Oh,
false idol? Take it down.
let me
True.
say one more thing. Like, I did notice this on mainstream media. They are talking about P. Diddy and stuff, but they were trying to bring it up as it's a LGBTQ thing. And I made sure that in
What?
I'm
Why?
commenting on this shit now because I'm like, no, you don't get to put it off as it's a LGBTQ thing. This is about him being a P. diddler of children and freaking human trafficking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, those are things
Yeah.
that, tell those truths because that's the stuff that needs to be said. It's like, if this was just a like gay orgy party, who gives a fuck what he's doing?
And
Why is
the about it that
they're telling a little
everyone
piece?
I know so much doesn't happen so many times normally because there's so many corrupt systems. When Homeland Security is the one to go into 2 houses at the same time. So this bitch can't make a call. Like, they don't let one person go in. They go in at the same time. When that shit happens, that's because it's interpoled. Like, whatever the crimes are bigger than our country crimes. So Homeland Security has to get in their part because whatever other houses, we found out about 2 houses. We found out about P. Diddy in 2 houses. We don't know what other rich people and what other celebrities and what other things got tied up in that. But the way that RICO acts work is once a crime happens that I know about and I make any money off that crime, now I'm tied into the crime. So all the banks and all the record companies and all the movie industry execs and all this shit ties together. Weinstein, it takes a while to do a case. Like, anyone who's just gotten a divorce out there and tried to fight for custody of their own child. If you think anything in the courtroom happens overnight, you are sorely mistaken. And so if I'm trying to catch big criminals and somebody drops a crack rock on the floor and I go to that bitch and I'm like, "Hey bitch, I got your crack rock. Now, you can work for me. So we're going to take down the bigger criminal because who cares about this bitch and her one crack rock?" And this is kind of the way these things work. I feel like, haven't you guys watched enough true crime? So in these court cases, when things are RICO Act and crime on top of crime on top of crime happens, sometimes because they know people are going to flee, they know Puff Daddy's going to fly in his plane and they already have people on the islands. That means people in the islands were willing to play ball because whatever happened to their island has been fucked up. And you can look into the Virgin Islands, you can look into Haiti, and you can look into the Bahamas, you can look into anywhere in the Caribbean. So it's just like, when you start thinking about these things and that, a whole government seems to be playing ball. When was the last time we seen King Charles again? When was the last time we seen Prince Andrew? All these people are tied up in the same crimes. And you have Harry coming out. He's in the documents of Puff Daddy. What did Leonardo DiCaprio narc about Haiti and Obama? Where's Kevin Spacey again?
Yeah.
Why didn't they bring Julian Assange to... Oh, they were going to bring Julian Assange right under that bridge or right over that bridge. But then at the last minute, he stayed in Europe and got 3 weeks for him to not get extradited to America. But was everything in the playbook him to get extradited to DC? And then look at this bridge in DC and now it's under the state of emergency.
Mm.
I don't know. It just seems like we have no idea what's going on, and we're all waiting for whatever our
Have no
favorite
idea.
24 caster or talking head is to be like, Tucker Carlson just told me, well, Rachel Maddow told me, well, I saw Joe Rogan just had Neil deGrasse Tyson on. It's like, none of us know any more than the other. And so now we're all in these places where it's just like, am I breaking news to you about P. Diddy? No, maybe I was 4 years ago if you found one of my accounts,
Yeah,
but those
exactly.
got deleted. But of now, if any video I put out, is it breaking new news? Or let me find my one part, let me add my hashtags and realize that I'm not bringing anything new to the table, but maybe I can look at his tattoos. Nobody else is paying attention to his tattoos. And I can do this one little part and bring it to the table, put all these hashtags because Layla, she's going to look at his business manager. And Abby, she's already looking at all of his children and what they do for a living. And Gordy's looking at all the ex-wives. And so now all of us together with our hashtags, instead of hoarding our information just so you guys all click and pay me money on my Patreon, we all work together because we used to be anonymous and it was never about fame. It was all of us pulling our information together like reporters from our areas and using our hashtags so that we could work together. Now, every social media is super strict except for X right now. You can say everything on X that you want to. So use the hashtag adrenochrome. Use the hashtag Pizzagate again.
I've noticed something on X. They've been putting up like, if you post something, well, the original story is this. They're not saying it's fake, but this is what this is. So check it out. Your theory might be right, but this is another like theory. They're not saying it's fake or whatever, but they'll throw like a little. Is that new?
Yeah, it's like a way now that even if it happened to Elon Musk where he posted something of a rocket launch and other people found the image and said, this is from this. So even his things are, but it's like us editing each other or each other's free speech. So it's like, I can put a rebuttal under yours of like this. And if I connect the right articles, then it'll just add a little thing that it could be like, Layla can spread this information, but enough people have said this is some other information on it.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, is it
weird.
balancing out that it's like you're allowed to have your opinion, but here's the other opinions because you're talking about something
important.
But I wonder if because another weird thing happened is True Social made Trump like popped his money again, and they were trying to keep Trump Tower, like something in New York, but then he got to keep Trump Tower. They were trying to do some weird real estate shit in New York, Trump Tower.
It always backfires. They try to come at him. It always backfires. They expose themselves just coming at him. All of them.
I do think it's funny that he's like all the males and stuff. Who should my VP be? Who should my VP be? And he's like, don't say Rosie O'Donnell. Like, what a jerk. Like, all the time.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Has been saying some pretty interesting true shit too, though. Like she was like blacklisted from Hollywood, wasn't she?
She used to be on The View, and I think she took her part that she was supposed to be the Whoopi Goldberg on The View and have her liberal lesbian ideas. And then she went on and said 9/11 was an inside job.
And they all lost their shit. They all lost it.
Yeah. That is
You went off script.
Yeah, she got in trouble, but she also has a bunch of adopted children. And something that Rosie O'Donnell's, I will say was the biggest sus thing during lockdowns when everybody was like, when the elite were doing their toilet paper test on us to make sure everyone would wear their mask. They wanted to do the toilet paper shortage first. Rosie O'Donnell's kid, she dressed it up and let it make butterfly wings out of toilet paper. And I just thought the butterfly with the Project Monarch and the fact that she has this adopted kid, like just making fun of average Americans with their toilet paper, it just felt too on the nose. Like, I don't know, but I do think if I'm watching a movie and Rosie O'Donnell were the person to come out and say, I can't believe I'm saying this, but our world would be better if Trump was the president. Then she is the WWE character. Like they set her up as Hulk Hogan to be the perfect turn heel.
Yeah, like
because
a
this
lot
is
of
all
rappers.
WWE.
Yeah.
And the real head of WWE is falling. And the new head of WWE, it's TKO. Well, no, it's TKO is Ari Emanuel. So Ari Emanuel's the guy that Ari Gold on Entourage. This is Endeavor Entertainment, which is a privately owned entertainment company, and they have all of the fighters, all WWE, all UFC. If you look at their entertainment roster of who they own, you'll be like, holy shit, it's like everyone. And so head of WWE used to be Vince McMahon, and he's done so much sketchy shit. Head of UFC used to be Dana White, but it's now TKO. It's combined. So UFC, Dana White, he's the head face, I should say. We have no kind of idea what's going on behind the scenes of TKO, but that was some inside baseball, no pun intended, of sports. That lets me know I have to get out of here. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know why that getting out took so long. I started messing with my joint. We talked about leaving. I flicked through the things. I forgot what I was doing because of my short-term memory.
I derailed it too. So I had to
No, I'm
go
glad
more
you
into
did.
Puffy. So I was like,
I'm glad you did. I'm sorry. I can't find what I'm supposed to be doing right. Where? Okay, jeez.
we're switching
Okay.
back to restream.
Love you
Damn it.
guys.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
Jesus.
Thank you.
you.
Night.
Thanks
for hanging.
Big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. Bitch, wanna step to me. If you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
We used to think we knew, constantly explore the view of possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, bigamists, entertaining, calling linguists. Good guys. Forum of decorum needs a secretive society to advance on philosophies intentionally, magically good.